I want to let you know that I have some new tour dates to announce. Charlottesville, VA on February 1. Raleigh, North Carolina, February 2. Columbia, South Carolina, February 3. And Knoxville, Tennessee, go Big Orange, on February 4 at the Knoxville Coliseum. As well, State College, PA on February 7th. Syracuse, New York, February 8th, and Amherst, Massachusetts on February 9th. All tickets available at theovon.com/TOUR. Don't buy through secondary sites if the prices are jacked up. Just wait. We'll come on back through town. But looking forward to bringing the tour near you. Thank you for the support. Today's guests are two hit makers in the country music universe. One of them is just named the best new artist at the CMAs. One of them is one of the most talented songwriters that there is. They're Nashville guys, and they are friends of mine, and they bring a lot of joy to a lot of people. I'm grateful to have them both return to the podcast. Today's guests are Jelly Roll and Ernest.
Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song I will sing it. I'm on
I don't know why it just feels more like.
Yeah,
I put those on. I think I'm supposed to sing.
Oh, really?
Does that make sense? It's like as soon as they go on, it's like check, check. Can I get a little reverb? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like when I put them on, I feel like I was supposed to do cold weather, dude, because we had. In our neighborhood, you'd have a dude out there wearing, sometimes you see like a
Earmuffs.
Yeah, you'd have this dude wearing these at Christmas or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That
know?
was the you're gonna shoot your eye out. Fuck, why I'm so high? I can't remember that
Christmas
movie
story.
story. Yes,
Classic.
They always wore those too.
Yeah.
Now, how high are you guys? If you guys like, how high can you guys get?
Well, first of all, we were just talking
I'm pretty
about
good
the
right
highest
now,
we've
but-
ever been.
Yeah.
Ish. And we did it with the same person, but separately.
Yeah.
But I was sitting with you. Gave us just enough time to get stoned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were like, yo, 10 minutes, boys. And me and Ernest were like, to the car.
And I was going to be 5
To
minutes
the
early.
Batmobile.
Yeah, I was going to be 5 minutes early, but then, we pushed it. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
So we might have showed up sober for the record.
Hey, if somebody's like, "Hey, man, we're gonna need 5 extra minutes in here," that's when the weed sneaks in.
100%.
Yeah, that was,
Sitting here with Jelly Roll and Ernest, man. Thank you guys, bro.
thank you.
First of
brother.
all, thank you guys.
If you don't mind, while you're thanking us, I just want to start, and I'm sure Ernest wants to do this too, is that as guys that have been friends with you for a while, and my first podcast I ever did was with you on Thanksgiving week, by the way, as we sit here on Thanksgiving week. So I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, being early, being a believer, a supporter, every time you've ever said something nice about me. But more motherfucking importantly, Theo Von, we want to give you your flowers. You're on fucking fire.
Yep.
I don't know if you even see it because you're such a humble in your own head, dude. I know that as you as your friend, but you are fucking scorching. It has been so fun to watch, dude. I mean, it is. Look at him blushing. It was fucking beautiful, dog.
Thanks.
So
man.
happy
Yeah.
for you, man. I was so glad to get the call. One, just to get to hang out, but two, to tell you in front of you and your audience that, man, I have never laughed as hard. I could just bore you with how happy I am in every podcast I've watched and just fucking how genius and brilliant you are. But the Dana White one most recently. Dude, I've watched every Dana White scrum my whole career. Right? I got to where I don't even watch the fights sometimes. I just go Google Dana White
what's
and
Dana
see what the
saying
post-script, what did he say about the fights? Are they fucking worth watching? He'll tell me the truth.
There's a Chinese live feed you can get of just him watching the fights too.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Sick.
Yeah.
But dude, I'd never heard him like that. It was really cool. But I'm sorry. I wanted to start
Nah,
this
man,
and let
it's
you know
nice
that we
of
love you and
dude.
we're happy
Well,
for you.
We're here with the writer of Flower Shops anyway, so I think it's
My
the
God.
guy to do it around. Dude, what if you did a show where people got their flowers from somebody like as a gift, like as a thank you, bro.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
sweet.
and
of him.
retweet everything he just said.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for making me laugh, dude, for making me feel welcome in a new city. I will say that. You guys have been very you showed up for like the first time that we had a show in in Nashville at Zany's, man. You came out, and Ernest, you've been somebody that just, always, checks in or cheers me up or keeps me in the know of what's going on with a lot of these guys, because so many artists are on the road now and stuff out of here,
Yeah.
But thank you, bro. Very sweet of you, man. And happy holidays, boys.
Happy holiday, Bubba.
Praise God.
Just
man.
wanted you to
I was
know.
throwing nucks your way for a second there.
My
Okay,
bad.
perfect.
You got me high, man.
And
I
you,
got you high.
and you guys
Yeah.
wrote. Tell me this song, because I didn't know this. I was at a writers round. I think you were performing at,
Yep.
and you wrote "Son of a Sinner" together.
Yes, sir.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy, bro.
It is
It's
crazy.
really crazy.
Because him, I believe, "Son of a Sinner," but then I get over here, and I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, well, my birth father was definitely a sinner. I was adopted into a less of a sinning man.
Oh
so-
yeah, then you're definitely that's second. You're like an aftermarket sinner,
Right,
I
yeah.
think.
I was actually son of a deacon. Yeah, I was like son of a deacon in the Church of Christ. So,
We actually have a song on his new album that talks all about that, actually.
oh my goodness, dude. Yeah. So, can I tell the story?
Yeah, please.
Dude, so me and Luke Bryan were playing golf out at Troubadour, and we're listening to some rap, and we start talking about Jelly Roll. He was like, y'all known each other for a while, haven't you? I was like, yeah, we go back.
Don't act like you're not fighting your best not to do your Luke Bryan impression right now.
That's so what.
We gotta hear it, man.
He was like, you've been knowing Jelly Roll, ain't you? Or something like that. That's kind of bad. That's kind of bad one. But I got a good one coming up here. Cause I was like, yeah, I was like, I used to go by his house and acquire some things, and we'd freestyle rap. And this is like back in 2010. I was like, then I went to college and he went to jail. And then we came back around all these years later, and Luke was like, hold up, motherfucker, you better write that fucking song right now. And so I start kind of freestyling in the golf cart. It's like, I went to college, he went to jail. One was a dorm room, one was a cell. Who came out on top? Hell, it's hard to tell. I went to college, he went to jail. So we're gonna
Better
trade it
chicks
off.
in college. That's the only thing I'll say.
here's the best. So imagine this. I'm getting a FaceTime or a phone call like every 16 minutes from
him?
a drunk Ernest and a drunk Luke Bryan. They drunk too. Sun beating on them. They're sweating. And they're just like, check this one out. And I'm like giving a little input here and there.
Yeah.
And by about the fourth FaceTime, I was like, these cocksuckers are writing a song on a golf course right now.
For sure, over FaceTime with no guitars.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I guess inspiration can just kind of roll up whenever, huh? Is it as easy to just go in a place and do inspiration like that and get inspiration like if you're sitting in a room with people? Or is that a lot easier to find a way to write a song, or is it easier just if you're milling around with your boys?
It can come both ways, for sure. I mean, in the right room, inspiration's going to be there.
Right.
And just because you're out, having fun and living doesn't mean that the inspiration's going to hit you in that moment. Yeah. But I think living breeds inspiration no matter where you're at.
I'd like your perspective from a comedian, because as a songwriter, we're always writing songs.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whether we know it or not, subconsciously, you might say something here today that one of us will grab and hit the other one with in a text later. You're like, yo, when Bubba said da-da-da,
Yeah, put that
there's
in
a
the
song
notes.
there. Throw that in the notes. You know what I mean? It's like, is it like that for y'all as well? Like, just in day-to-day life, you're always kind of writing a joke, whether you know it or not?
Yeah, I think like if you're around your buddies, sometimes you get them to laugh, you'll write that down, you know? Yeah. Rodney Dangerfield was pretty famous. He would, like, if he was on a shoot or something, he would, in his off moments, he would get get in a robe and just hang out, like when he wasn't shooting, like literally in a robe and slippers, I think, because he felt real free in it, like his body felt free. And he would just write down, he would hang out by people, and if something was funny, he would write it down on a notepad and just keep it in his pocket. That's kind of like a famous story that I heard. I find if I'm like say like the funniest times I ever am is if like, say if I was like hanging out with a girl, right, and she stayed over in the morning. And I think it's kind of the same thing if you drank all night and you wake up in the morning, you're laughing like with your spouse or something, or with your spouse. Yeah. And you're kind of like having just that funny time right there. That's my fun. I think that's when I feel like
that's your golden hour of comedy.
It really is, yeah. Because if it's a lady, you're trying to impress. There's part of you that's always like limbically trying to impress a lady. Yeah. I don't know if it's limbic or whatever, but just damn like Mediterranean or whatever that Mediterranean part of your head is. And you're always just trying to impress a lady. So
Mediterranean part of your head.
Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
6 extra seconds for that to hit me. But hey, it landed. It landed. Just moving
But yeah, I think that's when I feel like I'm maybe my most engaging or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I think as a a lot of comedians, they're just trying to get a girl to laugh. Really, you don't have any way to impress a woman. That's what you realize when you're young. So you're like, I gotta make somebody laugh, or one of these dudes is probably gonna fuck me. You know? So it
I gotta get funny quick.
I relate. As a fat person, I always said that you got to be a little humorous and smell good. You can't be fat, stinky, and an asshole. You can't be fat and asshole and
Pick
stinky.
two.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just got to be fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I got to at least smell decent when I can, and I better at least make somebody chuckle every now and then. You know?
Yes. Yeah. So good. Dude, and I'll say to that too, not even just girl, but like an audience, like freestyling. When we're freestyling, bro, like if it's a car full of people or a studio full of people and the energy is room, like that's when I'm gonna black out and be able to freestyle, you know, think and just basically be channeling something because I know that I can see in real time like what it's pulling out of people.
like, what do you mean? Oh, so like if you're doing it like you're just in front of like a group or something?
Yeah, like you can get a real read on site
In the
about
moment.
whether this is cool or not.
Yeah.
Whereas like if it's just me by myself with music or me and one other guy who's, you know, so locked into his thing at the time, then you can get in your head and get in your own way, I feel like. So
I know it sounds weird, but if I had a choice to do it every time, I'd like treat it like a party, and us three would be writing a song, but we'd have the homies over there chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of our buddies, because you can feel from that, like just the energy of a room. But yeah, it's always like, it's also what you're getting into a room. Writing's so fun because I'm sure it's like this for y'all, but there's so many ways to do it. I've done it so many different ways. Now, the most crazy way I've ever seen it done, and I'm sure you don't mind me saying this, is I had a session with Wiz Khalifa the other night.
Did you really?
Listen, man. Wiz, don't get mad at me. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this, but you fucking did it in front of me, so it's a fair game, I think.
Yeah.
He recorded his verse in reverse. So I'm trying to figure out what's happening because, like, I know it's going to be hard to even explain. And keep in mind, I've been smoking Wiz for like 4 hours at this point. I'm cooked.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck am I even doing? I feel like I'm taking shrooms or something. My skin's crawling. The room, you can't see through it.
Hey, that KK be
I'm
hitting
fucking
different.
like, yo.
Oh,
and Wiz
yeah,
is
when
like,
your own skin turns into a maze.
yeah. I'm like, the
bigger
fuck is happening?
You got some issues. You can't even call the cops. You literally need to call like the like whoever
Poison control.
Yeah.
Calling poison control for sure. I'll let you finish, then I have a poison control story.
But he would take the last bar and go backwards. So like he would be like, and I'm already gone. And then he would go
Do the line
back
before
a
that.
measure and loop the beat a measure into that and then figure out what the line going into that was. It was the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Wow.
I'm not bullshitting, Ernest. He did 4 bars before I looked up and publicly said loud, is he recording this backwards? Like I had missed a whole, he'd done it for 15 minutes a day. It was a
He
crazy
might be
show.
dyslexic. There's not a you don't,
He's verse lexic.
I mean, you just described dyslexia, and we're all like, wonder what he's doing. You know, like fucking.
Hey, that's funny as
Bro, you don't see a lot of black dyslexia either.
black dyslexia. Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, you don't see it every day, that's for sure. Hey, that's funny. That's great.
Tell us about your poison control.
Poison
baby.
control.
Well, let's go
Poison
take a
control.
ride and get some QB bar. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
QB bar.
You don't see a lot of black dyslexia.
I'm down there at the way sub right now, baby. I'll be home in a minute. That's hilarious.
We need more black dyslexia out
Dude's
there,
just-
huh?
No,
Biden.
Dude's rapping like Yoda.
It's insane, dude. I've never
Wow.
seen nothing like
That's-
it. I was like, and it was sick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, if aliens show up, they better show up with some fucking bars or the hood's gonna be like, fuck these motherfuckers, bro. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yes, yeah. Tough day to be a square alien, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of black people have issues with aliens anyway, bro. A lot of my dudes have told me that.
Have you been hearing that a lot?
Oh, I've heard
Word
it a
on the
bunch.
street.
Not recently, but I heard. I'm sure it hasn't changed from since when I heard it.
Yeah, probably not. If anything's probably gotten worse.
Yeah, I don't think it was a meeting. I don't think it was a fucking meeting.
Oh my god.
But what was your
Oh,
story? man?
poison control. Okay, poison control.
Does
This
have
is
are drugs involved in this?
not bad ones.
Okay.
Honestly, just caffeine. It's kind of insane. So before one of these shows, I think we were at Marathon like 2 years ago. I was
And Marathon
probably-
is a music
Marathon
venue.
music venue. Okay, I probably weighed 50 pounds more than I do right now.
No
just keep
judgment.
that in mind for context. I was tired as hell. I wasn't drinking at the time, so I went to the gas station and got some caffeine pills. And it's like 4 pills in a thing. And I get back to the green room. I take the 4 pills, and then and then read the package. And it was like, you're supposed to just take one of these. You know, you got 4 deals.
That's a recommendation.
Yeah, well, so I meet. This is like 10 minutes later. I finally read the package. I go back in the bathroom, make myself throw up, and like one empty capsule came out in my puke, and I was like, oh boy, and I'm starting to get antsy and obviously anxious about the whole scenario. I don't have the coolest heart on earth, and then I called Poison Control. I was like, no brainer. I'm gonna see what they got to say. The guy was like, I was like, hey man, I took 4 of these caffeine pills. I feel pretty uncomfortable right now. I'm sweating. It kind of hurts. And he's like, oh man. He was like, yeah, that's a lot of caffeine. He goes, but he was like, if you're in pretty good shape, you should be all right. And I was like, oh, all right, thank you. And I hung up and I was like, fuck, I'm not in that good a shape.
Now he's fucking passive aggressively.
Yeah, if you're in pretty good shape, I think you should be all right. And I'm like, what is pretty good shape? I'm definitely obese to an extent.
Let me draw a picture of myself. I'll text it over to you.
Yeah, so ended up being totally uncomfortable and stayed up all night and sweat, but I survived. Poison Control.
Dude, yeah, anytime you're just casually calling Poison Control, dude, that's so fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm standing outside the venue kicking it. Somebody probably just assumes I'm talking to my mom or something. I'm over there going, am I going to die here in a minute?
Yo, PC, what's good, homie? You know?
And that's how I know you went to college, because I'd have never even thought to call Poison Control in that moment. I didn't realize. I thought that's something you call when like you had rats at the house.
Yeah, you would just take 2 Valiums and be like, okay,
yeah, exactly. I'd just be like, well, this is it. We'll take a Xanax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll defeat this. We'll fight fire with fire. Yeah.
Dude, me and my buddy went on a date. We were going to pick some girls up for a date one time, and we had just taken these like no-dose pills. Remember those?
Ooh.
Those are the first like drugs for kids that came out like at a gas
Was that like
station.
an over-the-counter amphetamine, basically?
Yeah, it was like no dose. It said you could be a trucker, you know. That's what it said on it, right? I was like, fuck, that's a motto for pills,
I took
you know?
a 5-hour energy drink one time in my life.
And you've still been up?
Yeah, he ain't slept
And I
since.
took it, I got off a plane, this was 10 years ago in Vegas, and I rented a car in Vegas to drive to LA because I was so broke it was cheaper to fly into Vegas and rent a car from there than to fly into LA. So I took and like I stopped at one of them truck stops in the desert. Yeah, for sure. One of them figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
dude.
One of them, y'all. We've all done those in our career.
I'm gonna save
figure it out.
$70, dude.
Yeah, it's like,
I'll get there
fuck
11 hours later,
Yeah.
and I'll be on somebody's shoulders.
Yeah.
But
And I took it, dude, and I'm driving down the side of that, you know, that old desert. It's all desert from Vegas to LA. And man, it hit me, dude. And I took the most squalling shit on the side of the road. It was the most brutal, painful thing I've ever dealt
From
with. I
the
didn't
5-hour
sleep for
energy?
a day. Yeah, I'll never take one again. Those things are poison. I should have called Poison Control. Those things are fucking evil.
We can't help you.
what if we call Poison Control right now? Like, what's up, Poison Control? We just want to check in with you guys, let you know we're doing good.
Yeah, hey, how are y'all? How are you doing? Nobody's ever calling to check on y'all. Are y'all good over there? You know, they have overdoses probably all the time.
Dude, definitely. If you have to work at a call center, dude, in Indy, you're definitely using a lot of pills probably to stay up.
Oh, yeah.
Indian dudes, they got a lot in their system though, man. A lot of Indian dudes. We had an Indian dude. A lot of Indian, they have like a lot more spices, you know.
Yeah,
They're fucked.
That's the bit.
Oh, they smell a lot of Indian dudes. You'll smell, you know, if they was by the house, you'll know they was by the house, you know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
The dog will come right up on them, you
Honey,
know.
do you hear that? No, but I smell that. I think the Indians just got that.
Yeah, dude. Because Indian people eat a lot of spicy food and it just comes out their pores. You know, it's like being around an alcoholic, but
Yes.
it's like, yeah, a lot of Indian dudes, their arteries are just like a halfway house for like a spice rack. You know? A lot of motherfuckers got that coriander in them. You know?
Yes. Yeah, dude. Steph Curry.
Oh, dude, Steph Curry. What if he made a restaurant called Steph Curry?
It would do well. I'm sure it would do well. They had 30 different things on the menu.
Yeah.
I
It's a
don't know.
great idea. Dude,
Where
I
would
want
he open it, though? San Francisco?
Holly.
Steph's Curry.
Steph's Curry? I don't know.
Steph's Curry?
That sounds like a...
Or Steph Curry's?
Steph Curry's.
Steph Curry sounds
like a
good.
steakhouse a little bit.
Steph's Curry sounds like a... kind of a...
like a girl's
Yeah.
STD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounded like some like almost like vaginal witchcraft, you know? You gotta,
Vaginal witchcraft, yes.
you got to get a hit of Steph's Curry. You're like, I'm good.
Nicole.
Yeah. It sounds like a dude in prison that tries to pretend like his butt is a vagina, you know? Like, oh, come get some of this Steph's Curry, you know?
Selbach B throwing out that Steph's Curry all afternoon.
Oh, they serving warm Steph's Curry over there. And that
God.
badussy.
Did you get high with us before we got it?
Oh, I live vicariously through high people. I wish y'all had smoked in here, dude.
Oh, man,
hell.
we would have.
Because I can't smoke, but I can do. But I can. I don't think there's anything
smell
that
it.
says you can secondhand.
Yeah.
Secondhand smoke.
Yeah, you can smell it.
Dude, I wanted to open up a shoe store by Joaquin Phoenix called "These Boots Were Made for Joaquin," like near his house. That's like one of the dumbest ideas.
His only shoes that he could fit in too. It's like, hey, if you fit in these, we got the boot for you. Yeah,
He'd have to stop if you're driving out of your house and you see the shop near you. Like, fuck,
gotta go. These boots are made for Joaquin. Is
I gotta
great.
stop. How was the CMAs, man? You guys got to go, dude. Congratulations
Thank
too,
you,
man. And did you? Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
yes.
Thank you. It was a
Best
big
new
night.
artist was it, huh?
Yes, sir. It was crazy, man. It was really interesting because I didn't think I had a chance to win it.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Is
first
that true? You didn't think at all?
I did not at
Who
all.
were you up against?
I was up against Zach Bryan and Parker McCullum.
Right.
And I felt
Yeah.
like, no, all pun intended to my boy, I felt like Parker had a hell of a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Zach Bryan is the second most streamed artist in country music right now behind Morgan. So it's like, to me, it was a no-brainer. And I'm such a Zach Bryan fan. Like, so the fact that I got to sit next to him the whole night, like, it's so funny.
I'm glad you were able to too.
Yeah, that was cool for me and him to get that moment
Yep.
because he was awesome, dude. I mean, there was a moment where I literally felt like me and him were like tailgating and watching a concert outside of an arena.
Yeah.
You know, like he's over there drinking, I'm ripping a weed pen. You know what I'm saying? He's cracking beers. There's empty shot
a party at the
glasses.
CMAs.
That's right. There's empty shot glasses under my seat. He's got 4 or 5 half drinking drinks under his.
Yeah.
Like he's bringing him drinks.
Yeah.
And we're just there talking about the music all night. And I just thought for sure he would win, you know? The last thing right before they announced the name was I think I tapped him on the shoulder and said, say something nice about me or something funny, you know?
Oh, it's cool.
And then whenever I hugged him going up there, I was like, man, you deserve this. You know what I mean?
And then you looked at him, you're like, don't worry, I'll say something
Don't
nice
worry.
about it.
I'll say something nice, but I can do it now. Don't worry.
But it was so
Wow,
it was
that's
really
so
cool.
cool.
Man.
Yeah.
And you've had this a lot in your career, but I was blessed for the first time in my career to have a real viral moment. Like I thought I'd went viral before, but it was like just building to a real viral moment.
you
Like
went viral,
for
viral.
whatever reason. And I didn't touch my phone for like 36 hours after the awards show because it was just such a big moment. I was just letting it sit, you know, and I didn't want to have my phone on me that night. And everybody kept telling me, man, you're going viral. And I was like, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm thinking
Fuck,
like
you're
a couple
checking your
million
Whoop
views.
bracelet to see if your
Yeah.
doctor's letting you know
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I'm more concerned with
Like,
you know,
Yeah.
fucking
That
how-
ain't a whoop.
Yeah,
That's a what is that
That ain't a
bracelet
whoop
called?
on that boy.
I wore a whoop this whole tour, believe it or not. That's how
Did
I
you
lost
really?
those 50 pounds on tour. Yeah,
Incredible.
I marked my sleep every night. I checked my show. My show was like a workout.
You have been living well, dude.
I'm telling you,
Hell
I've
yes.
never lived. Dude, it was awesome. But I did. I wore my whoop
You got
forever.
to be careful, yeah. You don't want to have to get, because I guess also if you're a bigger guy, you just have to be careful.
Yeah,
It's
for
like,
sure.
Yeah, like Stavros Halkias was just in here. He's
I love Stabby.
Oh, yep.
He's so fucking funny.
He is so funny, dude. And but he was talking about what it's like being bigger. He's like, it's fun to be big. You just have to also manage it. You can't get over big.
Yeah.
So you just got to make you just have to enjoy your big, but you can't fucking, you can't be like, I'm going to, get just extra big because I can.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's the point where it starts fucking
Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
let me deal. I had that recently. I was like, let me pull the reins
Go
back
ahead and
on
dial
this
this
thing.
back.
Get a
dude.
surgery, best new artery you get. That's too much, dude.
This year's best
Too
new
soon,
artery.
too
Holy
soon.
Sorry, man. That was but so that was so wild. And then was it really like you were just shocked?
I was really shocked. I really didn't have a plan walking up there. I was just walking up there like, man, I was getting more excited as I was getting up there.
Yeah.
Adrenaline's pumping. I'm in the fucking Bridgestone Arena. I'm on national television, dude. I'm still a white trash kid from Antioch. All this is like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm not jaded to this. I'm not used to this at this point in my career. I'm still like, this is wild. And I'm standing up there and I'm
How many
like,
steps is it up there? Like, how high is that? How is the
It's
stage?
like a
Dude, I
probably-
don't
I didn't
remember.
walk it, but I bet
Yeah.
it's like 10 steps.
I tell you, I didn't feel them.
Wow.
I was on the cloud, Bubba.
Yeah.
At that moment, you're just like, man, this is,
That would
is
be the
crazy.
scariest steps because then once you get there, you have to turn around and say something. That would be what was so
Yeah.
scary.
No, I was just more like,
You murdered that speech.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was just
insane.
walking up there like thinking of I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking like, I tell you when I started thinking was when I looked up, and this is inside baseball. I have the award, I raise it up, and I look straight up, and there's a teleprompter that's going, I'm not shitting you, Theo, 59, 58, 57. And I think to myself, I got a lot to say and a little time to do it. I didn't realize till I watched the speech afterwards that I actually said that out loud in that moment. I was like, I got a lot of things to say, and I'm going to say it really quick. But that was me thinking out loud because I remember thinking that. That's the first time I remember really thinking in that moment was like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah.
I've got 58 seconds where they're going to start playing the music on me.
yeah,
And they're going to send the Sandman from Apollo and pull me.
Yeah.
I was like, I better make this count. You know what I'm saying? I knew in that moment too, I was like, I'm definitely not winning another award tonight for sure.
I'm gonna say it all right now.
I definitely didn't think I was going to win this one.
Yeah.
I just fucking fired, dude. It was the
Best
coolest
new
thing ever.
artist. That's so cool.
You're on a rocket ship, bro.
Dude, it was
It's funny. I wouldn't think of any of y'all as new artists, though, in a weird way. But that doesn't matter. It's just it's like an accolade to do. Yeah. It doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's like saying, "Hey, man, people recognize you and they
That's
see
exactly
you."
right.
for
Yeah.
sure.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long people have been winning that award that have been around for a while, but it is like you're on the map. We recognize you, see you. It's your time.
Yeah.
And it is though. I mean, I was giving you flowers out there, but it is true. I mean, everybody sees it that it's just the lights are turned on for you right now. All the lights are on for you right now. And I'm so stoked because you do, and I've told you this before, you do such a good job with your podium that you're on and giving back to this city and the things that built you. And it's just, I love knowing you. As a
love you,
fellow
Bubba.
Nashvilleian, it's just, Nashville is very well represented.
Thank you,
For
Bubba.
sure.
No, it means a lot to me coming from y'all, especially. But
You guys are really some of the roots. I know there's a lot of guys around this area,
Yeah.
but you guys are people that if I mention like to people I'm like at the gym with or something, there's always somebody that knows one of you guys, Some of the guys that knew you aren't usually doing too well, I'll say that. but they're good guys,
Good guy.
Hey, look, dude.
Hey, that's funny.
yeah, true story.
Fucking methadone.
I saw
baby.
your cousin-
You know what I'm saying? Let's go, boy. Dude, if you came out with a fucking Suboxone or a methadone, bro, that would be
jelly donut flavored Suboxone, dude.
for sure. A fourth will get you by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Subway, eat Suboxone.
Suboxone.
Yeah, just the Subway branding, but Suboxone. Somebody make that shirt.
Bro, that has got to be a fucking
At
shirt.
least a painting to put in this room.
I walked in here
goodness.
thinking I'm having the biggest week of my career and they're going to get me in trouble. And I was right. I knew it.
If you're low on time, you can make the hours you've got a whole lot happier with Dash Pass from DoorDash. Dash Pass is the one membership you need to get the most out of DoorDash and everyday life. Dash Pass members get $0 delivery fees and up to 10% off eligible DoorDash orders, including groceries, drinks, personal care items, and more. Plus, Dash Pass delivers way more than just tonight's dinner, including special access to experiences, promotions, and Dash Pass exclusive menu items, all for only $9.99 a month. Put a little joy back into your schedule. Sign up for Dash Pass today. Use code Theo23 and get 50% off up to a $10 value when you spend $12 or more after signing up for Dash Pass. That's right. Subject to change. Terms apply. Blue Chew, baby, you need them, get them. I pop one, dude. If I'm going anywhere. I pop one and eat half a thing of Dippin' Dots, baby. That's me. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. That's right. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA, boy, and presented and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at bluechew.com. Just chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Theo at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BLUECHEW.com, promo code Theo to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. You know, you shouldn't get stuck worrying about shipping orders this holiday season. That's Santa's job, isn't it? That's his job. But ShipStation, they'll do it for you. That's right. They'll do the heavy lifting so you or your team can put your time, money, and energy into more important things. Plus, when it comes to those inevitable holiday returns, ShipStation automates, recommends exchanges, and gathers customer feedback. So even if they bought the wrong size or color or item, they'll still have a great experience. That's right. ShipStation is so easy to use. It has effortless integration everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more. Let your customers shop risk-free this holiday season with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use code Theo today and sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code Theo. Is it weird, like, because, thinking about that kind of stuff, do you start to feel more like you have to be, did you get any songwriting awards this year? I know you got, did you win any CMAs or no?
No CMAs, no.
Okay. Sorry, is that
I was
weird to
just-
say? I know you want a ton of other
hell
awards.
no. I went, it was
Okay.
like a date night and I got to sit and cheer my friends on.
Yeah.
Ernest
Yeah, it
got
was sick.
drunk. Let me tell you what happened.
like
Yeah, let's hear what happened.
dressing up, too.
Every time Ernest walked by me at the CMAs, he was.
I was bringing Zach a drink each time I came back too.
Well,
though,
who
to
was
be
the other
fair.
three for, Ernest?
Me, me and Delaney.
He would look like a bartender. He would have two drinks in each hand.
Well, they ought to have somebody doing that for us. So that
Parker McCullum was like that too. Every time I seen him one, he'd have him and his wife
Yeah.
one, and every time he's just walking by.
it's for safety measures though, because you don't know how long you're gonna have to sit. Like it might be
Yeah.
the last chance you ever get to get a drink.
You're waiting for a commercial break like a drug addict.
Really?
dog. I swear, bro. You're waiting for it like chow in prison.
Yeah.
You're sitting there and you're just waiting.
I don't know what that's like.
Huh? Chow, it's a
I
new
went to
Chinese
college.
inmate.
Yeah.
It's like, who's getting this cutie?
And you're just sitting there and they're like, commercial break. And you're just like, you just watch everybody stand up.
Yeah.
And just immediately start shuffling.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it
cool.
like when school? It's like recess at
It's like
school.
Totally
it's like
that.
when the bell rings and you got 5 minutes to get between classes. Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny how I went to a jail reference before I thought of school. Fuck.
Well, that's it. You went to jail. I went to college.
Oh, it's the song again.
It's
huh?
exactly the song.
That's so funny, man.
I think,
funny.
but back to the Nashville thing, Theo, I think that's what made it so beautiful that my first number one was written with Ernest. And keep in mind that we're already like, Ernest is on his 7th or 8th number one at that point in his career. And I'm calling him now, we're looking at a decade plus of real friendship. So I'm calling Ernest and I'm like saying it. You know how I talk. Y'all know how y'all see me on here is how I am. My friends attest to that.
100%.
I'm a very straightforward, like, hey, I need help. I call Ernest like, the first time I got on Theo and Brennan's podcast, I hit him like, yo, I really need this. This is a good look for me. They were like, come on. But same thing with Busting with the Boys. But I call Ernest. I'm like, Bubba, I'm treading new water here. Come over here and drop some of that sauce off.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck with your boy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, it's just me and my dude. Me and my dude that wrote Save Me. We're friends of 20-something years.
David Ray?
Yeah, he's from a trailer park in East Nashville. Grew up piss poor. Neither one of us dreamed of being songwriters. We just dreamed of not being drug dealers.
Yeah.
You know? And so we're just in there piddling around and we're like, we don't really...
We can't even read.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, we're not qualified to try
No
to write.
offense, David.
Yeah, I'm
I
like-
don't know the guy.
I'm like,
It's like,
yeah, exactly. I'm like,
we
we're
gotta get
not
a middleman over here.
I'm like, we're not qualified to write a radio song by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I only know one person.
write this song? We can't even
There's only one hit writer in town that'll take my call. Let me call him.
yeah.
Yo, Ern, do me a favor, pull up. He's like, I got you. Are you there all week? I'm like, I'm here all week. And we've told the story, but he was going to get ribs and next door at the barbecue pit, he really just came to say,
That's so earnest, too.
so classic.
Ernest is that good. He's like, you know what? I got to pick up some ribs in about an hour, but
no,
I'll
he
stop
did
by
them
and
while
write a
they were
hit.
smoking. He came in, he was like, I got like 30 minutes to kill or something. And
That's
fucking-
exactly what happened.
He wrote a piece of the song. He just like poured out an idea. I was like, Love y'all. Let me know how it goes. I looked at our text thread after it went #1 because that night I texted Ernest at like 4 in the morning because I was up
You
partying.
sent back a demo.
Yeah, a demo at 4 in the morning. I was like, we might actually have something here.
Yeah.
You know? And then
I
the
remember
next
it felt
hurdle I
so
hit.
good when I left, like, cause we had the long-haired son of a sinner,
Yeah, yeah.
and like that shit was just tattooed in my brain
sure.
from the second I left till now.
And then I had to double back with the favor, Theo, because
yeah.
then when we get the song done, I'm like, well, fuck, we don't know nobody to produce a radio song neither, right? So I call Ernest. I'm like, you got to produce. Called him back.
Hey, I'm 1 for 1 on producing country songs and them going to the top, baby.
That's your first produced one?
Yeah, it's the only thing I produced.
The best part was I had to gas him up, Theo. He was
You're like the Rudy Rudiger of
Literally.
one play, one sack.
That's me.
I had to gas him up, bro. I had to be like, yo, man, you can do this. He was like, I've never done it. I was like, I definitely can't do it. If we have to pick right now who's the most qualified to do it, it's fucking you, man. You got to figure it out. He was like, all right, man, fuck, I'll figure it out. I was like, all right, cool.
Wow.
Crazy. That is crazy hearing it out loud again, though, because, you know,
I
that
almost
song
had to bully him into it, Theo. I was like, you got this.
I felt imposter syndrome being around, you know, the producer all the time. But singing that song, it's in my set every night, and I love it.
Yeah.
Like one of mine, like, because, and I say every night, I give a brief overcap of knowing him and then how special it is. That's all the time when people ask me what my favorite #1 is, it's that one because of that reason, because it's homegrown, 100% homegrown.
Three Nashville dudes that 10 years before you could have never told us we would be hit songwriters.
Yeah.
Any of us. You know what I mean? So.
And we put real stuff in a song, vulnerable, that country radio accepted.
Yeah.
And like that's cool. Like pills and, you know, addiction and just weird lingo that most country songs don't have.
Well, yeah. Well, nowadays that's your dog in your truck, dude. If you don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you ain't, if you ain't
The
got pills,
dogs. There's a trucks on blocks.
Drugs on blocks. We're moved on. We're moving on to opiates.
The genre has evolved.
Yeah.
No, man, I remember because I went to the Opry and I saw you and performing, and then you played that song. I was like, I just didn't know. I didn't know that.
That's where it
written
was. That was when it was.
And I was like, wow, because I just love listening to that song.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what? You did me a solid, Theo. The Holler. It's a big country themed YouTube social media site, and they did like one of them 30-second things with you, and they said, "What's a country song you can listen to nonstop?" And you said "Son of a Sinner" by Jelly Roll, and you said, "No, never mind, Save Me" by Jelly Roll.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
So
For
I got
that, 'cause
both the
that-
titles in
the
there.
2 for 1.
You threw me a big alley oop there because that motherfucker, because you did it. It went Beirut. Everybody
yeah.
said that to me. I was like,
I love
"That's my boy."
yeah.
Where are you at right now? Where are you at with Laney on that?
We're #2. We're #2. Yeah, we should be pushing next week. Save Me should be the
Let's
#1
go.
song on country radio. Whenever this comes, by the
Bro.
time this comes out, I should be able to say this is the #1
I'm a
song.
Jesse Murph. I'm a Jesse Murph fan too. I've
Dude,
been a Jesse Murph fan
she's
for
so good.
I feel scary even saying it because she's like a young girl, you know. But it's like
You can be a fan.
I know
awesome.
all of her songs, dude, which is really alarming to say. And I don't want to hear this. I'm glad I'm not. I can't hear that good.
If it makes you feel better, if you were like me, I heard the voice before I seen her, and nothing about her voice says she's a 19-year-old girl.
Right.
Like her voice says she's a 37-year-old woman that's been through a lifetime of pain and anger. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you hear just the voice, because I just heard the music, like, and then I found out who it was.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is dope. But you'd love her, man. She's like a little sister, man. She's like,
I got to meet up
immediately-
with her one night. Her and this guy Shay. He's like a light skinned dude. He writes music.
Shy
Shy Carter.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Man,
Shy
so
Carter.
good.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. I got to meet up with them and in Los Angeles, and just I was a huge fan of hers. And then her manager, I think Ben, knew about it, and he's like, "Oh, Jesse's in town. If you want to stop by and get to say hey." And so I got to stop by and meet them.
Sick.
God, that's
And
awesome.
and like she played some of her new music and stuff.
It's so good, man.
Yeah,
She don't miss,
baby,
man.
while you're at it,
Yeah.
why don't you rap that?
I need to
stem
tap
hard
in.
out my
I only
chest?
know like.
But bro,
two
once you
songs.
get on it though,
Once you
dude,
So good.
Yeah.
her TikTok shit is so viral. Like once you get on it, it's like it'll be weird because you'll just be like at the CVS or something, and you're just standing there by yourself singing Jesse Murph, and these kids start looking at you like, this guy's a pervert.
Let's get this guy out of here.
You're
Mom.
like, but he's a pervert that listens to good music, doesn't he?
Yeah, pervert, true. Good taste, absolutely.
That was the funny part. When they sent me Wild Ones, I was like, somebody suggested like you should do a verse on Wild Ones, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing about my wife though. Like I'm not getting on any song with a young woman and not talk about the most important woman in my life. They were like, cool. I was like, whatever, as long as the label don't trip on my verse. Because I sent a verse in just like I thought they were rejected because I'm talking like shit a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, they're not gonna let me fly it. And they were like, this is it. I was like, fucking let's go.
So far.
Yeah, it was so good.
Bunny is my what's that line?
Bunny's my Holly Quinn. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't it fun getting to the freedom of getting a rap verse? And
oh, dude, it's like it feels so. I've been in a situation lately where I've got to go write a bunch of stuff by myself, or like in two ways again, like Save Me, or you know what I mean, like that style. And it's been a ball.
Which we should do.
I pulled up to a lot of places and just been thrown into like a feature category again when they're just like, well, just write something for this. And I'm just like, hell yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
It's normally like we write in like 2s or 3s because it's easier to bounce ideas off each other that way.
Yeah.
And but like when you go do a feature for somebody, especially in the hip hop world, you just got a beat. And you're just like writing something and you're like by yourself again. And it's the coolest, most dangerous thing ever because you go back to what you think's cool.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. I'm wigging out about this. I think this is sick. I'm in I'm on my kitchen table. I still write at the kitchen table like I did when I was a kid. I got my little headphones on. My wife's out there, and then finally I'll be like, "Come check this out."
You're pen to pad too, right?
I'm still pen to pad. Yeah, I'm still old school.
I love that.
I can't because I also don't know how to play the music and go to my notes at the same time on my phone.
My hand don't work fast enough. Like when I try writing, it's either illegible. Because is that how you pronounce that? Yeah, or something.
Illegible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My handwriting's so bad because I'm trying to write so fast because my thoughts and like I'm afraid I'll forget it by the time I get done.
I've never seen you write anyways though. I've
rarely
never seen you
Yeah,
be the scribe in the room.
Nobody believes you write anything. People just believe you just show up. Yeah, literally.
I've
Somebody
never written a
pats you
song.
on the
I've
back
never
and a hit falls out of you, dude.
Name one time you've been the guy with the laptop typing the fucking lyrics, Ernest.
Never the guy with the laptop, but sometimes I do write complete ideas in my notes on my phone and then bring it and put a guitar to it. But often it is just like music, somebody get a voice note going, and blah.
Now somebody type that out.
Yeah, I need scribes.
What's that line I remember seeing you get so excited about? It's like map dot.
Hardy said that. Ain't that a map dot shame? He said in More Than My Hometown.
Yeah.
Ain't that a map dot shame? And to think that.
Yeah.
I mean, I added nothing to that song that night other than the room we wrote it in.
Yeah.
And then when he said that, I about ran through a glass wall. I
remember you saying one time
fired up.
how so excited you were about that lyric.
I don't know. I mean, it caught me off guard.
Ain't that a map dot?
Ain't that a map dot shame?
Ain't that a
It's like,
map dot shine? Yeah, it's so good.
That's such a cool way.
And I like that lyric. Well, I took some pills.
She took the dogs. It's all gone to hell.
That's a hell of a one.
She's gone to her mom's.
God, dude.
And I took up drinking since she took the time to tell me I took the best years of her life. God. Sad.
It is sad,
Sad
man.
songs make me happy.
Yeah.
I wonder if people relate more now to sad. Do you think that overall that music's sadder or different than it was when we were like growing up? And you and I are probably more closer to age than Ernest, but like I just wonder sometimes, you know.
I think so.
Is there more sadder music
I think
now?
there's
It's
more
real,
more
authentic.
vulnerability.
Okay, there you go.
It was so curated. So music used to be curated. It was the labels were in the power, and they would curate songwriters. They would pick the songs. They would make the artists record the songs. It was a big deal when artists got to start picking their own songs in this town. There was a time where like labels were like, "This is your song." I called it. I get in trouble every time I do this, by the way. But fuck it. I called it the Build-A-Bear system, right? Like Nashville was like Build-A-Bear. Like they would find a bear. They would put cowboy hat on bear, cowboy boots on bear. They would give bear a song, give bear a guitar, make bear have a band of bears behind bear, put bear on tour, put bear on radio. Yeah. And it was completely like these dudes were like fucking robots. They were Muppets, right? Wow. You know what I mean? For the system and the power. And what we've seen in light of the internet, and I always compare stuff to like other things for connectivity. In comedy, we've seen it as well, right? In podcasting and in the ability to y'all to go direct to consumer, right? Like the idea that a guy like Zach Bryan can be writing songs in the military and sets up his phone and just sweating, just singing his ass off and can connect with people with no in-between, right?
Yep.
And that's why sometimes the establishment don't like him, because they had absolutely nothing to do with his success. But we've gotten to a place where, like, we're back. The last time this really happened, and somebody's going to argue with me, but fuck them, was in the 60s and the 70s, the singer-songwriter movement.
Yeah.
Right? Where you would see guys that were, like, writing their own songs and singing
Willie
their
Nelson,
own songs. Willie Nelson, Waylon, Dylan,
Christopherson.
James Taylor, the Outlaws. But, I mean, it went over, like, I was playing you know Jackson Free. Have you wrote with him yet?
Oh yeah.
I love that kid.
Yeah, Jackson's
I think
badass.
he's going to be. He's 23.
Yeah.
In the next 10, 15 years, remember we said this name, Theo.
Yeah.
This kid's going to have 30, 40 number one.
Jackson Free.
Jackson Free spells it with an X.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize how deep Dylan's catalog was. Because, like, if you're like, I don't know, do you ever get into Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan. Yeah, no.
So was it the nasal thing that threw you off?
I don't remember. I just don't know if I just don't remember him that good.
But it's like you've heard some of his songs without
Searching
knowing it,
for
right?
a heart of gold. Is that him?
That sounds like Tom Petty.
Yeah, for sure.
Tom Petty, maybe.
Oh yeah, I like
He
Tom
was-
Bob
Petty.
Dylan's kind of,
Mr.
hey, I want to
Tambourine
the sail, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if that did.
Yeah,
he
Johnny's
doesn't have a
in the
song like
basement mixing up the medicine. Now I'm on the
He was
pavement
kinda rapping,
thinking about the
low-key.
government. Yeah, I think they.
Oh wow.
that. Bob Dylan was kind of rapping.
But he also wrote Along the Watchtower.
Yes.
Right, and Jackson didn't realize this, and I'm playing him all these big records. I'm like, 10 Bob Dylan songs. I could do it for you right now. Where you're like, no, I don't. I'm like, I play them, and you're like, oh fuck, I do know 10 Bob Dylan songs. I just didn't know Bob Dylan wrote them.
Yeah.
But it was a different era. These guys were like writing their own songs and singing them, and then we went through the 20, 30 year curated space, and now it's like there's a lot of guys that are singing their own stories again. And that's why I think the connectivity's different. And I think the vulnerability shows because it's just men being honest in their music. So it might seem a little sadder, but I think it's just more authentic.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Jesus Christ, that's a good
Yeah.
answer.
Thank you, bro.
Same's to say for the music too, more like not even just the lyrics. Like, I don't know, pop was so synthesized. It feels like, or synthetic would be the word.
Yeah.
But like now, real instruments and like not being so on the grid. When I say on the grid, like a Pro Tools session, literally locked in on the grid. Guys like Zach playing how it feels more so than just everything's got to be perfect.
Yes.
And like that just opens up a yard for people that are willing to do it, kind of break the mold and go play in that yard. And that's like, yeah, sad songs are going to happen in there. I love steel guitar. Steel guitar is all over my record, and there's not a sadder sounding instrument than steel guitar. So I consciously write a lot of times to cater to steel guitar, or like what I
think that to give you your flowers, though, outside of the genius you are as a songwriter, as the artist, Ernest, that's what makes you special, though, Bubba. It's like you focus not only on the top line and the lyric, there's a sound that you want. You're bringing, like, you're years ahead of your time with bringing that sound back around. Just like Hardy was years ahead of his time with bringing in the really rock-heavy metal country. It's like guys like that is, when you think about the guys who really went on to win, it's because their sound was so different as well. Not just the shit they were singing about. Like when I see an Ernest show, it's like nostalgic. It's like this, but with new concepts written over the top of this super old nostalgic sound. You know what I mean? It's just really sick to me. And it's the same thing I hear when I hear Hardy. Like, listen, I bang truck bed like me and Bunny are beefing. And me and her, we don't argue at all. It's my best friend. You know what I mean?
Hardy's
I love
insane.
my wife. We don't have any problems, but I still wake up and bang truck bed like I'm fucking ready to get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, that song just fucks in every way. And it's because it breaks every rule in Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Not just Nashville, but every rule. And like he said, there's a system in music, Theo, that's like, okay, and he knows the number system better than me. He'll explain
I
this.
don't know
like
the number. Well, you mean like
so-
1, 4, 5.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, so okay,
I
I
don't know
did.
what they
Here's
have
the
though.
1. I got to go to the 4 because that's what's supposed to happen next.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's like, can't you go to the 5? It's like, nope, got to go to the 4.
Yeah, it's so
and Ernest is like,
mathy.
fuck you, going to the 5. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, I think there's an overall system in the world like that kind of like, the powers that be kind of feel like they've got everything down to an algorithm. But I think it's again proof that that originality and that there's something inside of us that wants to be original, not just as individually, but even as a species, where it's like we don't confine everything into that space. You can't lock us into an algorithm as humans, like we're going to find a way out of it, and I think that's one thing that's great about a lot of the music right now. Like you say, even some of the artists, when you're saying who is even up for best new artist I don't even know if I would say half those people are country music. I wouldn't put them just as a country music, it's good. That's a great term.
Yeah.
But it's like Zach Bryan, to me, it's like some people could say he's their Bob Dylan,
He is.
Yeah, genres are totally skewed right now.
Yeah, like Jessie Murphy, she's in 7 genres.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's like Jelly. It's like most people, if you'd have said 10 years, is he a country artist? It's like he's a country motherfucker, in the sense that, like he
But all
definitely.
things are true for him when he's rapping, when he's singing country songs or rock songs. The story never. The story's the same. It's
Right.
just a matter of what furniture you're dressing a room with.
And the story needed.
Stop it, Ernest.
Yeah.
Clip that
I
for
got
me,
bars
somebody.
now too.
Clip that for
Hey,
me, somebody.
What'd you say again?
I was saying the story stays the same no matter the genre. The furniture changes in which you're decorating the room with.
Damn, bro, that's
Man.
fucking hard.
Yeah.
I needed that. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I needed that.
But
dude.
I'm country. First of all, I love country music. Like as a fan, like I'm obsessed with country music. Have been my whole life. And because being from this town, I was always fascinated with it. When I was a kid, there was no other job in this town. Like you were either, like a
Country
layman
musician
or a bartender,
or
or you
hitchhiker.
worked in country music somehow,
Hitchhiker.
right? Yeah,
It's a
for
good
sure. Yeah, 100%. It's like, and my mother was a bartender, so she took like great pride in like this, like the country music scene being in this town and coming to the bars. And like, it was like, I remember CMA week would come, fanfare is what they called it back then.
Yeah.
And it would be like an economic shift. Like our families would plan vacations around it. Like, all right, well, we can't go to July because fanfare is in June and we're going to have the money then. They put back Christmas money because it was this town only had 300,000 people in it then. Wow. So you got to think, we're bringing an extra 50,000 people to town for fanfare. It was like a sixth of our population, a fifth of our population was just showing up to spend money in 1 week.
Wow.
The bartenders celebrate. They called it Hell Week. They were like, this is going to suck, but we're
about to
all
get
going to get
money.
bankrolls.
Yeah,
you know
we
what
about
I'm
to get
saying?
money.
Like, don't worry. We're eating steak on Friday, baby. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to afford that divorce next Monday.
Yeah.
That's got to be the worst. You can't get divorced because you can't afford it. It's like,
Could you imagine just waking up every day like, I would leave you if I financially
Yeah.
could.
do it.
if I had $640, I'd leave your ass.
I'd foul right now.
If I had $1 for every time I've heard you say it, I'd leave you.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't seen more GoFundMes about divorces.
For divorces.
Like just looking for $1,000 to file.
That's hilarious.
That'd be a great reality
Facebook
show.
Marketplace.
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. They want $3,000 to get a new apartment.
That's so, dude. The crazy thing about touring is you're like, you meet people like, oh, we're from Dippin' Dot, Alabama, and you're like, where the fuck is that?
Where is that?
Yeah. Oh, I'm from Mixed Breed, Arkansas. You're like, what? Where?
Yeah.
Did you see that video about the most racist town in America being in Arkansas and the guy from, I can't remember, I'm too high to talk about this.
Might have been Eric Andre, maybe, who went to
No,
it.
it's a famous YouTuber. I follow his channel. I'm just fucking can't remember his name right now.
The black dude went into it and was
Yeah.
trying to interview the guy?
Yeah, and he was, did you
Mark
see
Marco, maybe?
Yeah.
No, it was
It wasn't
somebody
him.
else.
I can't remember dude's name, but
I
I've
can't
seen the
remember
video.
his name. He's got dreads, and he went to like Alaska. He always goes to weird places, but it was fucking
Super cool, too.
super cool.
Yeah.
And he wore a Trump shirt or something.
Yeah.
and he went to the most racist town. You would piss yourself.
Yeah.
I know your
People were
personality.
actually
When
people
you
were
watch
trying to
this,
be
you would cry.
for the most part. People were trying to be pretty nice and like be like, "Hey, do you know where you're at?"
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
he'd be knocking on the door or something,
Yeah.
and an older white couple would come out and be like, "Oh, hey, like." You probably shouldn't be in this town. Like try like a fair warning, not like we're gonna do anything, but I can't speak for my neighbors.
They're like, oh, you shouldn't be out after dark. I mean, you shouldn't be out dark.
Yeah, either both. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but no,
this ain't your
dude handled it
town,
like a
buddy.
champ, and he was obviously knew he was going into the fire. But it's like it's good content.
Yeah, he talked to one old toothless man, boy, and I pissed myself. It was so funny.
Yeah.
One of my favorite videos I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I think you should have, if you want to be racist, I think you should at least have to have all your teeth. I feel like
Right.
because otherwise you're not even taking care of your end of the, it's like, you should at least have to fix yourself up. To be
Right,
racist.
yeah. Who are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be
Yeah,
a criteria. There should be a criteria for race.
For a guy who doesn't like blacks, you have a black space in your smile, okay? Which is really interesting that you'd let a nice white tooth expire. Okay,
Kind of hypocritical. Don't you think?
yeah. You and your interracial grin over there.
Oh my God. Oh.
That's crazy, dude. If you got hair, you want to keep it. That's it. And so, unless you don't, but most of you do. And if you do, then you're like me. I'm keeping mine around. Keeps is an online subscription service that makes it easy and more affordable for men to treat their male pattern baldness from the comfort of their home. With Keeps, you get clinically proven treatments to address hair loss and boost hair regrowth delivered right to your door. Complete an online consultation to get matched with a treatment plan tailored to address your hair loss concerns. Find a plan that works for your schedule with the flexibility of 3, 6, and 12-month delivery options. That's right. Plus, you can adjust, pause, or cancel your plan at any time. I recommend if you do get going on a plan, stick with it. I've done that, and I'm keeping my hair. I'm pretty stoked about that, to be honest. Hair loss stops with Keeps. For a special offer to get started, go to keeps.com/Theo or click the link in the description. That's keeps.com/THEO. I was in a fender bender once. I was using drugs, and a couple little ladies did a U-turn and hit me. They hit me and they ran off. Both of them, couple thoughts, but don't matter, boy. That's life. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 800 lawyers. They can help you. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. It's more like using an app than hiring a lawyer. In 8 clicks or less, you can submit a claim to Morgan & Morgan. If you've ever been injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free. Unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/thispastweekend or dial pound law, which is pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/thispastweekend or dial pound law, pound 529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's right. I've struggled mentally. Hell, you know it. I mean, look at most of this podcast. BetterHelp was there for me when I needed it. I needed some help. I tried BetterHelp. That's it. BetterHelp can match you with a licensed, clinical, professional therapist. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. I recommend if you don't think the therapist you're with is helping you, you may like going to them. It may be fun. It may be easy. If it's not helping you, then I recommend that you switch. That's something I had to learn for myself. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/THEO today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/Theo. But yeah, I think what's happening with guys, like there's always kind of like guys that come along and evolve this thing. And I think it also is an evolution of what men like. It's not just the dog and the truck, some of those old, like, what are those things called?
Euphemisms?
No, that's
Euphagasms?
killing it. That's killing a dog.
Euthanizationisms?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Analogies.
Metaphors. Tropes.
Yeah.
Something like that. But I think those are even evolving. It's like what a man is, or what, it's like now a guy's sitting on horseback, but he's playing Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The furniture's changed.
Right.
Yeah.
The furniture's changed.
Changed.
But it is cool. It like I was saying about there being a fresh yard to play in as a writer. It is way more freeing to write songs now than it was when I first started writing songs. And I think part of that is with some success comes more freedom to get to do it. But the options of guys that'll cut songs now is different. He's willing to say way more shit than so-and-so is willing to say, or if Post is coming and wants to make country songs, like there's an option for like you really got some more freedom to say stuff that, you know, so and so over here would never say or never even be able to say, that has a little more swag or a little more sauce on it.
Right.
And that for guys like me, I love that because then I really get to exercise the fun muscle in my brain.
That's true. When artists start to like collab and stuff, that it's like anything could kind of be happen. It could kind of happen.
opens the doors.
And then you still have guys like John Party that's kind of like Funtry, you know, like
Yeah, and
singing like
writing
just-
for a guy like that is so much fun too, because then you get to step into like a honky tonk world, and
Yeah, it's fun, like-
you know, oh, this sounds like a party thing.
It's
Go
so
right.
cool. That's the greatest
Yeah.
compliment you can pay an artist in life.
Oh,
is
yeah.
when you're thinking of something and you're thinking of a song in your head and you're like, man, that's more of a party record. Like,
Yes.
that shows how much of a brand he's built with the how do you say specific?
Don't hurt yourself.
Sorry, fuck, I'm blowing it. Like
Specific.
like he's so specific in what. Why did it take me that long to get it?
Dude, just
I hate you, Theo. But
need some Narcan over here, dude.
only you'd have to hit Jelly with some Narcan to get a word out of him. Dude, that'd be crazy. Imagine if, and this is several, you're just trying to get a word out, but what if there was somebody in your town that were so kind of like illiterate that if they couldn't get a word out, you fucking hit them with some Narcan.
A little popper.
Yeah, we saved Ricky.
Extracurricular. I'm wide awake. Anyways,
But he's so specific. It's like I think about it with when we were kids, we would go on what was it called? Was it called SoundClick?
SoundCloud.
No, the beats.
Oh,
Well, SoundClick, I think.
I don't know.
What was it?
So there was a website called soundclick.com
To get instrumentals?
and it would have beats. And it would be like producers would make these beats and they would lease them to you. But they would title the beats like, and this I dreamed of the day this would happen for me. Drake type beat.
Yes.
Eminem type beat.
Yes.
And it was like, that spoke so, and it goes back to the sound we were talking about earlier in this pod. Is like, great artists build sounds, not just great songs as well. They build great sounds behind them. So like the greatest dreams be like, oh, that's a John Party sounding song. That's a Kid Rock sounding song.
Yes.
That's a Jelly Roll sounding song. That's
Yes.
that is the greatest compliment, because there's a lot of artists in music on pop and country that's like, there's 4 artists that could cut the same song because their sound is just that sound. You know what I mean? It's just it's a big like, it's just kind of like down the middle sound.
It's gonna work.
Anybody
People
could
are gonna
sing.
like it,
Yeah,
but
people are
it's
gonna
not
like it, but it's
polarizing.
not polarizing. Which, you know, there's artists, you know what I'm talking about. And then you have the other artists, it's like, oh, that sounds like J. Cole should be rapping on that.
Yeah.
That sounds like Jelly Roll would be singing a song like that. Like, that's what you go for as an art. And any young artist watching this, that's what I challenge you to do. I challenge you to write 1,000 songs, and I challenge you to make production around it in a way that it's your thing.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is you're going to need to go to prison, probably.
Yeah, or
You're gonna
college.
wanna do a stint.
You can
Yeah.
either go to college.
Yeah, you're gonna want to go to college just for long enough to drop out of it, or prison.
Yeah, because otherwise nobody will buy your music, at least if you're not a college, if you're not a dropout. You
Yeah.
know? You got to have a story with it.
Yeah, you can't be singing about pills and dogs and have a degree in business. Like, pick your life. Pick your life. Yeah, and also, dude, shout out the producers, like Joey specifically, Joey Moy, just
GOAT.
won Producer of the Year. I mean, he's
He's the GOAT.
been crushing.
Let me see a
since-
picture of him. Can we bring a picture of him up, please,
Yeah.
Alex?
So Joey's our producer, me, Morgan, and Hardy. And he's a. You know,
I've met him before.
Yeah, you've met Joey. So he's like.
Joey Moy.
No, dude.
Delaney took that picture, but
He's the GOAT though.
he has done such a good job of, for years, even since Nickelback, he's been able to build several different brands within the same genre and make each of them unique. Like how different me, Morgan, and Hardy are within the same exact format is.
He also
all
did
to-
Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah,
He
Florida,
did?
Florida Georgia
the-
Line,
like
Chris
the
Lane,
Tyler
Jake
Hubbard,
early,
Jake
the
Owen.
big stuff. Yeah, it's like
Tyler's awesome.
Joey built all of this, and I mean, I'll give Hardy credit too. On he's very hands on his sound and what he wants to sound like. They're very, what's the word, collaborative. Hardy and Joey are, but
Yeah, kudos to him. That's amazing. You know, to
No,
be able to have those ability, you know, that ability to be able to organize, not only like put something together, but then find different places for things that are really great that can be close to each other and stuff. It's
insane.
Is it true that on the Nickelback record, that what the hell is on Joey's head?
That's Joey.
Was about Joey?
That's Joey. So I think he had like a fake Stanley Cup on his head in this photo, and they were like stoned. And I think Joey's on the cover of High Times or something like that with Chad at one point. But look at this photograph every time. And what the hell is on Joey's head?
Yeah. Oh, that was it?
Joey
That was
Moore.
him.
Wow.
So, but think about this while we're giving him his flowers. Is Joey? Think about this. Joey did Nickelback, created the sound that made Nickelback the icons they are.
Yeah.
Then went on to do it with Florida Georgia Line,
Yeah.
Hardy, Ernest, and then Morgan.
Yeah.
So it's like his spectrum of decades worth of just that's a genius, dude. Like it's
Over and
outside of
over
him
again.
inventing artist sounds, he's reinventing himself.
Yeah.
Like he's like there's something different happening with that dude, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. To be able to change, I can't. It's hard enough for somebody to do something well once.
Yeah, for sure.
To produce a song like Animals, or Something in Your Mouth by Nickelback, and then also have like 7 Summers.
Yeah.
And how different they
I think
are.
about last night, like just
Exactly.
those two.
But,
Shout out Charlie Handsome too.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, Charlie Handsome.
Shout
I'm
out,
there.
another
Shout
one.
out young
He's a
Charlie.
goat. He's so fucking good.
I gotta have a talk with Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie's a cool cat. Yeah, what are you gonna tell him, man? Let's get
Just
it
how
out.
much I love him.
Oh, okay, damn.
Just how much I love him.
I thought it was gonna be about his use or
Man,
something.
I love.
Dude, I was like, yo, is this where we're going? I was
when
like,
when I met Charlie, it was 2018. We were at the Universal Studios, the recording studios, not the Disney World.
And he's a songwriter, just so people know. Charlie Handsome.
Producer, songwriter.
Let's
He
bring a
started-
picture of him up.
and truly one of the greatest.
Yeah, truly. He started out like a hip hop producer, but like he's one of the greatest musicians. Like he plays all instruments. He kind of was the first producer to do that acoustic trap stuff, like the early on Post Malone stuff, Go Flex, stuff like that. That's his gut string guitar, and he does all these crazy vocal effects. So, anyways, I met Charlie in 2018 when I was like kind of rapping. That's one guy is Charlie Handsome.
Yeah,
The
one
guy to the left. Yeah, that's Charlie.
Those are handsome Charlies, dude.
Yeah, for sure. I fuck with that dude
But,
with 4 cigarettes in his mouth, though.
But
That dude is a fucking icon.
shout out that guy too.
Yeah, that's Charlie.
But Charlie's a man. And so we met doing some rap stuff, and we talked that day about, he was like, yo, I got to come to Nashville. He's like, I want to get into country. And I was, at that time, had a foot in both doors, and I was kind of ready to go the country route.
Foot in what door? Rapping in country?
Yeah, like, that's why I was out in LA, just like making rap beats and doing hooks
you
and
really?
stuff.
I didn't know that.
I was just making the rounds out there and then coming back here and doing country. And like, I already was boys with Morgan for a couple years at that time, and Sam Hunt and FGL. So like Charlie came into town, and we started doing tag teaming all these sessions together. And that's when like If I Know Me for Morgan came, Heartless for Morgan, More Than My Hometown with them. And like it all started happening. And my first #1 ever was a song called I Love My Country with Florida Georgia Line, and me and Charlie did. And we kind of sat there and accidentally manifested the whole thing. Is what we talked about that day. It was like, I feel like we could go really organically blend these two sounds in Nashville. And it's happened. I mean, it's not like we're the first to ever put 808s with a country song, because Joey was doing it with Cruz back when FGL was doing it. But I think it's happened.
I got to give my boys flowers too. Zach Crowd did it with Break Up in
Zach
a Small
Crowd did
Town.
it, Break Up in a Small Town.
He
You're right.
might have been the first to do it.
Probably so.
Yeah,
But
straight up.
so the way it's evolved organically, though, to where it's like, it doesn't sound like such a mesh. It just sounds like one brand. And then it's the voice that's pulling it home.
Well, it's probably getting into people's systems too. After it gets in their system a little bit, they're kind of used to hearing it without
Putting a
even
frog in
realizing it.
warm water, so to speak.
Charlie's really one of those special ones, man.
Shout
He's
out
special.
Charlie Handsome. Shout out Zach Crowd too.
Shout out to Ernest, by the way.
Yeah, man.
It's funny how Ernest always finds himself, and he's so humble about it. He's like, yo, this guy and this guy and this guy. But it's like, you always be in the room too, motherfucker. I know you. I've been in with you. He's something special.
I sneak
Ernest
into a
is
live
different.
room.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Ernest is.
Ernest don't sneak in.
I always love Ernest. That he's always makes me laugh. He's one of the funniest guys to be
He's
around.
fucking hilarious.
He's
my favorite FaceTime.
Yeah.
If I look down at my phone and it's a FaceTime and it's Ernest,
worth
I'm like,
it.
every time you're like,
worth
I
it.
don't know what this is,
Yeah.
but it's going to be fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Could
And
be
the
a
cool
hit song
thing is,
idea.
It could be a hit song idea. idea. He could be up fucking partying on his bus at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
He could just have a bit. Call it a joke. Like, yo, check this out. Just fucking
I know if Cole Wetzel's on with him on the same FaceTime, then I'm going to need to call
it's
my
getting
sponsor.
even better.
I'm gonna merge calls with my sponsor.
The idea of Cole Wetzel makes my liver and nose hurt. Just hearing his name, I just got PTSD.
We got to get Cole on here, man.
Cole
Oh, my
is the
goodness.
fucking dude.
He's everybody loves him so much.
I'd probably
man.
do an afternoon one with him. He's not awake.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah,
way. Unless
yeah, for
if
sure.
he's awake, he's hunting right now.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
been. Him. I just seen a picture Gary Dale
sure.
posted that him and his dad have been out killing shit.
He's an after. Yeah, he can hunt. I mean,
I love Ko, man. He's such a good dude.
He's one of
love
the.
Cole.
his whole crew is cool.
Yeah.
He's also, man.
Shout out Dre.
Dre is the dude.
Yeah.
Dre Roca.
Yeah.
Fucking the dude,
Yeah.
man. But I tell you something else about Cole that I think gets overlooked because he's so fun and the party and just who he is. It's just also, man, he's incredible, dude. Like if you see him with just a guitar, I mean, I've seen him blowed out of his mind, pick up a guitar and just kill. It's like so second nature to what he does. He's so ingrained in the music side of it. You know, like we were in a writing room one day and he was like, no, here. He's like, just hand it to me. Brantley Gilbert's like that too. And Brantley will throw that guitar on and just, man, I mean, you're a great guitar player in a room. You know what I mean? It's like you notice the ones that are like different. You're like, and I think maybe Ko caught me off guard because I didn't expect it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we partied all night the night before, like all night till like 9 in the morning or something. It was like fucking got dark. It was fucking deep. And I was just like, we got to the studio at like 4 the next afternoon. We're both like shaking. You know what I
I
mean?
hate
We're both
that.
in really bad shape.
tough
You've been
feeling.
there. And it's like, and I'm watching this dude just pour a song out of him. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yep.
I brought no value. I had to leave. I was like, yo, I'm out.
That's
I'm
me, dude.
I feel so
I'm
bad.
trying to have sex on cocaine. That's
Yeah.
me, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring
for
nothing
sure.
to the table.
Yeah, let me. Yeah.
I can't even bring the table.
I'm gonna need help getting this up the stairs.
I've already sold the table.
You were talking about somebody like Joey getting to live there. Few people get to do it once. And we were talking about Tyler Hubbard for a second.
Yeah, Tyler. I'll tell you a great story about Tyler. So I went to, I don't know, this actually isn't a great story, but it is a story. And I just realized it wasn't that great.
Yeah, okay.
But we went to see, we saw Hardy and Morgan and Ernest at Fenway Park, right?
Yes.
And it was beautiful, like beautiful day, great set, great place to see a show because you're inside Fenway Park where you've seen baseball, but you've never seen a show in there.
Yeah.
And like Hardy's up there with the American flag and like Ernest's kid runs out on the stage with him.
Oh, rhyming.
Yeah.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Second,
rhyme around,
yeah,
yeah.
second he heard a song though, he's like, "I'm out of here." He really came and got me. He's like, "Dude, this guy's fucking bunk, right?" It's his dad.
Get me out of here.
I was like, "Dude, that's your father." All right, we have to
A
say.
little respect.
Yeah, show a little
I need a cigarette. You know, somebody- he'll be there.
Yeah, I think he really liked the music. He just wanted some nicotine. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, afterwards, I'm leaving and I'm like, shit, I stayed a little too late to be able to beat. Like we had to just walk back to my hotel. So, and it was a ways. It was probably a half a mile. So I'm like, so I get out there and I'm kind of start to argue with this cab driver a little bit. We neither one of us speak the other guy's language, right? So we're trying to figure out how far I need to go. And Tyler pulls right up, dude, with his family.
Oh, incredible.
And an
They have,
SUV.
like, a
He's like,
Sprint.
"You want to get in?"
Yes, dude.
And I was like, "Thank you, dude.
Man.
Cruise, bro."
Cruise.
I think he's going to be one of the few that got to live his dream twice.
Wow.
It looks like it with the songs he's putting out.
He's a sweet guy.
Yeah, the hits he's getting on country
He's always been
radio.
good to me.
Yeah, it's been great. And I think I told him that one night. I was like, man, very few men in life get to live their dream once. And I think you're fixing to get to do it twice.
Wow.
Technically 3 times, because then you and BK will get back together later and go do a
Do the
huge
re-
blowout
reunion.
reunion thing, and
Yeah.
it'll be fucking big again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
what'll
crazy.
happen with them? Yeah, can that happen? That Florida Georgia line could get back together? You think?
I don't, he knows them better than me. I just met BK the other day, who I think was
I love
sweet
BK
as
too.
chest pie.
They have both always been so.
BK. Yeah.
They've both always been so good to me. Like I said, bro, when I was still Snow, they had me come.
That was your rapper name.
Yeah, I was just like in nickname. It was just that era. I marked that era as like 2014, 2011 through 2014 was the Snow days, and those were like Brian and Tyler I had no business being in a room writing songs with them, and Big Loud and them took a way early chance on me. years before I needed it.
Well, that's another nod to like people changing genres and thinking of something different. Because who would think I'm going to get a white rapper?
Yeah.
You know, or who would think? You know, a lot of guys probably weren't thinking, "Hey, I'm going to get a rapper in here to try with me." You know,
Right. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, and then you know, having the rapper mentality, and then having also signed a country writing publishing deal, kind of forced my hand to just start doing a weird hybrid where I was really rapping. Like I would be like doing 16 bar verses like a rap would, but I was adding melodies and doing it over acoustic and stuff like that. And then, you know, that was just, like I said, putting the frog in warm water. I was the frog in warm water as far as finally fully committing the brand and craft to like country songwriting. And like, I think I shied away from it for so long because I thought you had to be redneck to be country.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the most redneck guy. I've done redneck shit with my friends. I got redneck friends for sure. But I'm country. And it took me a while to even realize that because, you know, I didn't grow up on a farm. We moved to 13 acres my senior year, which was not because of poverty. You know, it's like I had a pretty decent, so I like shied away from the country things. I don't want to be fake, but
I see.
But some of my favorite songs ever written ain't got nothing to do with big trucks and mud. It's like love or heartbreak and pain. And it's like, oh, being a country artist can just be telling your story, and the music is my favorite music anyway. So like once I wrapped my head around that and wasn't ashamed to be country and realized I am country, then I was like, yeah, let's go. I'm not redneck.
Well, dude, I'll never forget the first time my mama played Looking for Trouble and I Found the Sun right down the barrel of a lawman gun. Ain't living long like this. Ain't living long like this, oh my baby. And I was like, yo, this is fucking country? Huh?
Who sang that?
Waylon Jennings.
That sounds like you. That's what's crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like
That's
something.
the shit. That's the shit.
That's what inspired me, though, right? That was the stuff that I was like, yo, this is awesome. You know, it's like, that was, to me, Willie Nelson's Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. These like classic records.
Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground.
Dude, man.
And Lucas doing it at the birthday party was insane, too.
Oh,
that's one of my favorite songs.
Just the whole catalog of Willie inspired me to understand that the pain. Like I used to think because I was like a bubbly big dude that I couldn't sing sad songs, but all I wrote was sad songs. You know what I mean? And then you look at guys like Willie, you know, the braids, the guitar, the headband, and then he's like famous stoner, like who Willie is outside of the music.
Yeah.
And then he would get on stage and sing the saddest song ever. You know what I mean? It was like, that inspired me so much. But I'm just high enough to come back around. I think they'll get back together. Florida Georgia Line, I think their impact was too big. I don't know if it's in the next 5 years or 10, but it's just like I'm still holding on to hope.
Yeah.
I just listened to Andre 3000's Flute album.
Yeah. Oh,
I was just high enough to really dig it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, there's no way, even if we don't see an Outkast album ever again, that there's not going to be a day where something's going to come along that we're going to see Outkast on a stage again.
I hope so. That'd
Pull
be
the
so
thing
sick.
out unless you plan to bang.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
dude.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think. I think their cultural impact was too big.
Oh, Dirt is a song I'll play a lot of times, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Dirt, Confession, Anything Goes.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll
play
show you
Dirt,
Chris
man.
Tompkins' demo of Anything Goes. It's just him and a keyboard. Back in the
Really?
day. I'll show you. I'll show all y'all one day.
I'm trying to think of what else is something I was going to think about asking you boys. Let me show you this new hat I got. You like this hat I got?
Yeah, tell me
That's
about
fire.
it.
Lane. It's a this Lane Frost. He is a his daddy was a will you bring him up, do you mind? If you get a chance, Alex.
Hey, I gotta make a phone call really quick.
No sweat. I'll talk to Jelly.
I love that Ernest is so earnest. He's like, I got to make a phone call.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm just high enough to remember. I
like-
was supposed to call my doctor at 12. He's like, fucking.
He's like, dude, I'm doing. Obviously, I don't need to be in here. Lane Frost, right there, celebrating a bull riding legend, one of the best bull riders of all time. Yeah, can we get it on his Wikipedia at least? It might help us some. Yeah. Oh, he died in 1989.
Yeah.
Wow, he died young. His parents lived in La Pointe, Utah. His father was on the rodeo circuit.
Yo, hold on. This is crazy. He sustained severe injuries at the 1989 Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo. I played that before. It's a huge deal, dude. Me and Co Wetzel played that.
Really?
Dude, I'm headlining Cheyenne Frontier Days this year, Theo.
Oh, nice.
If you're off that day, you should come out and see it. It is the wildest fucking shit. It's so legendary, bro.
Really?
It is like, seeing that just gave me goosebumps. You know, think about George Strait's I Can Still Make Cheyenne. Think about Garth Brooks' Beaches of Cheyenne. He drew a bull in Wyoming no man could ride. I'm getting goosebumps, bro. This is crazy. All this was about this guy then. Look at that. Big goosebumps, bro.
Wow, that's true, huh?
Yes.
It must have been about him.
Look.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Them goosebumps
Bub,
are
those are real, right?
That's some fucking
Theo?
buzzards you got going, baby.
Dude, I'm
Damn.
telling you, that's the power of music and stuff.
You
man.
hatching buzzards right there. Go back to Lane Frost real quick and go down a little bit more on him. Early life. On January 5th, Frost married Kelly Kyle, a barrel racer. And then how did he pass away? On July 30th at Cheyenne Frontier Days in Cheyenne, Wyoming, after completing a successful 85-point ride on a Brahma bull named Taking Care of Business, Frost dismounted and landed in the mud. The bull then turned and pressed his right horn on Frost's back and pushed him against the muddy floor. He was rushed to... He fell to the ground, causing his heart and lungs to be punctured by his ribs. He died on the way to the hospital. He was 25 years old. Man.
You got to come with me this year if I do it. That's crazy, dude.
I will. That's amazing, man. I appreciate you saying that. I'll have to. This sounds really, really cool. Oh, there's a movie, 8 Seconds, where Luke Perry, R.I.P., played the role of Frost, and he has a son though. Lane Frost, I think, is maybe this hat line might just be named after him. Yeah. Frost's parents.
They played tribute to him with the dance video that Garth Brooks put out. This is crazy.
Wow, country music star Zach Bryan's middle name is Lane after Frost.
Wow, that's even
what are
cooler.
the odds, bro? What are the odds? Somebody just gave
wilder.
me this hat randomly the other day. I see it across the room. I go put it on, and we're back down to Zach Frost.
I want one now.
And his 2022 song "Open the Gate" is a tribute to his namesake. Wow,
man, that's awesome.
Gosh, dude, there's something about storytelling, man. There's something about that people just, you want people to relate to things and feel something.
Yeah.
Have you, because what does music look like, do you think, moving forward for you? Do you think like more about it? I mean, do you think like about staying more in a certain lane? You all good, Ernest? I'm great. Okay, cool. No worries. We'll just go a little bit longer, man. Do you think about staying in a different lane or doing it? Do you have any thoughts, or is there new stuff you working on, or what's?
Yeah, man. I'm actually proud to say this. I've got more demos in my phone right now than I've ever had. Like, I've wrote more this year than I've wrote in a year in a long time. I just wrote on the tour this year. 'Cause I've been gone all year. I've only slept in my bed 36 days. I don't know if we got that on the early part of this.
That's insane.
But I've been gone like that much this year. So it's like, I've just been writing wherever I can and whenever I can, and it's really ignited a flame in me again about the writer's side. I've been writing a lot of songs just by myself again, just
with folks or just by yourself?
Yeah, just with folks too. But I've been doing a lot of just like
with me
falling back. You've been so busy too. I bet you ain't slept in your bed 90 days this year.
No, it has been crazy. But you're touring so unorthodox.
You're on tour this week. You got shows in 2 days.
But see, but we tour different. You're doing like the pop.
I'm doing a rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roll. I'm gone for 4 months and not home at all. And we go out every weekend. You know, we're back Monday, Tuesday,
hated
Wednesday.
that though. Let's talk about that.
It stretches
you do the
it out
weekend
pretty
warrior
far.
stuff too.
I'm kind of sporadic. Yeah, I'll do like 4 days in a week, and then I'll take off a week, or I'll do 2 weeks, 4 days, 5 days, and then take off for 2 weeks.
See, what they're doing that I don't like is, that's cool. That's actually the way to do it probably. The way they do it, and I don't like this, respectfully. Everybody does their own way, but it's not my way. They do probably, no shit, Ernest, you're doing 47 weekends this year, if I had to guess, out of 52 weeks.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Yeah.
No.
Right, well, 45 at least, I'd say.
We started the first week of March, and then pretty much every weekend until this, with the exception of when Morgan had to cancel a few shows. I got a couple extra weekends off, and like
you still picked up some gigs during that, though?
But yeah, we filled that up. I played a lot of shows.
So probably 38 weekends. It's like, for me, I would never get in the rhythm, Theo. It's like when I'm gone that much, by the time I came home Sunday and slept, Monday I'd get rid of the hangover. Monday I'd be like, all right, I'm feeling better. Tuesday I'd start rotating in the world, but Wednesday night at midnight the bus left again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I prefer the rock and roll style tour where like I just went out and did 11 weeks and did 5 shows a week and did 55 shows in 11 weeks.
I never
Is
tried
another
that.
option. That's
I've never
Yeah,
tried
that's
that.
just crazy.
I don't know if I could handle. I personally, I don't know. I think we just get too burnt out probably.
how many buses you got now? 4?
No, we did I guess 8 or 9, maybe 10.
on your tour? Buses?
Yeah.
So you got your own. Bunny's got her own.
Yeah, and then we did 7, so it was 9.
Jesus Christ.
We'd have one bus.
I don't know. I think we did 10 tractor trailers too.
Yeah, bro.
Big tour, man.
Think
I mean, you
about
got to
that.
think
Your
we did
production-
arenas. It was a big
your
deal.
production's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we did, and I wanted to make sure that like, I'm very a stickler about doing it right. Like if I have to take a haircut and lose a little money, but I know that the show is going to look that much better. Like I bought content for my show. Nobody buys content for their shows. Everybody uses stock content because it costs $1 million. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm buying content though. Like I want to create my own.
It's insane.
Yeah, I know it's a one of a kind show because they're so hard to do one of a kind shows, right? Nothing new's under the sun. Everybody's done it twice. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all got the same video walls to some degree.
Yeah.
We only got so much room to play with. You know what I mean? And I was like, at least if I create content, it took 9 months to build the content for the tour.
Yeah, we're building an animation right now to play. We just got some screens in some of these venues. I may go back though to just not doing like we just started doing some arenas this week, like some smaller kind of. I mean, the word arenas is kind of loosely used, but like a lot of them are like college basketball places.
Yeah.
Like we call them hockey arenas.
Yeah, and then
Those are
hockey
big
arenas.
rooms.
Are you
though,
doing
Theo.
Arizona State?
We might. I don't know. We did Pikeville. That was actually a tough room. Some of the audio in the rooms is not. We're bringing our own our speakers and stuff, but it's some of it's not built for.
What's the Verizon? Is that the Verizon Center or whatever it is right there in Pikeville? It's that little arena in the middle of downtown Pikeville,
Yeah,
Kentucky.
I mean, and Pikeville is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I mean,
It's like nestled in the mountains.
It's-
It's sexy.
unreal. It's
It
like
is.
this perfect little place.
Did you drive up there?
We bust in, yeah. We
Dude,
just took a
I
bus.
drove up there because the drive, when we played Pikeville that day, I was
pretty?
like, I had to, dude. It was fucking
Incredible.
gorgeous. You drive through that little, because Pikeville's up there in like the corner of Kentucky and West Virginia, right? It's like right there in that little like mountainous area right there.
Beautiful.
It's fucking
We went for
awesome.
a nice hike before, but that audio was that I felt like sometimes I just kind of felt like that venue, the audio was kind of tough at it. You ever have some of those where some of you are just like, man, this just,
Yes.
and you feel disappointed because you're like, it's not helping me as much, you know,
Yeah.
but
Here's the deal though. I knew that you were going to have to start picking up arenas when I was seeing the 2 or 3 theater shows in a day pop.
Yes.
And you're in a weird spot, man, where it's like, how do you feel about this? Because the problem you're going to run into if you don't start playing big arenas is your people, everybody who wants to come ain't going to be able to come. There's still people not getting a ticket to see you, and you're playing 8,000 cap arenas. There's still people in that market that are like, damn, wish I could have went to go see Theo Friday without a ticket, you know?
yeah. I don't know. I think part of it is I'll just keep doing the tour and I'll just come back instead of trying to do it. That's one nice thing. It's like, okay, we realize this area more people want to come see it, then we'll come back.
Hit it again.
I'd rather do the same, like not the same material, but let it evolve over time.
Yeah.
But do that for 5 years, and by the end of it, it's a whole new show, or it might be a new show and a half by then.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think feeling like I need to hurry and then get an hour out, and then it's like, we'll come back. I tell people all the time, if tickets are too expensive, if it's aftermarket, we'll come back. Might be a year and a half, you might not be alive.
You might not even be alive. You might die before I get back here, but I'll be
That's
back.
your issue.
I'll be back.
How do you,
Some of that's on them.
if you don't mind talking about it, where are you at with your hour?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm doing like an hour and 20 minutes on stage right now.
You feel like you got a new hour?
Yeah.
When are you thinking about filming?
I don't know if I will. I think I'm just gonna tour for a while.
Right.
And not hurry myself into that next space.
Yeah.
Me and David Spade wrote like a movie we might want to try to get made. So we talked about maybe getting you to we'll get you as a
Anything you need.
Yo,
as
I'll
a
do
part.
something too,
Oh,
man.
dude, it'd be cool.
Fuck, I'm in. God,
No, great.
We're
Look.
package deal now.
We just hired you. You're hired.
Yeah. Frickin' Frat over here.
But yeah, I was gonna present at the CMAs. Actually, they asked, but I had a show that night in Greenville, South Carolina, and it
I
was
just got
awesome.
back from Greenville.
It's beautiful.
Where'd you go? Where were you?
On the college. No.
Okay,
off the
we just did the
college.
Blind Horse Saloons, honky tonk.
That place is awesome.
I love
that
it.
place.
Was
Did
it?
you play Coyote Joe's the night before in Charlotte?
No, we didn't do the two. So
They didn't route it that way?
We
That's
came
actually
from
a cool way to do
Rockingham.
it.
Greenville's beautiful. Dude, there's so many cool
I played
places.
that
I
arena
didn't know.
down there on this tour. Was
played
incredible.
the what?
Yo, we did our tour party in Greenville. Oh, I got a story. This is a story. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a story.
You
Theo
sound
would
like- you
say-
sound
I
like
love
your
Theo.
other-
I love the honesty.
Yeah.
But we played Greenville, and we had the night off before. So what they did was they let us load in the arena the day before, and then we rented this place. God, they're going to be so mad I can't remember their name, but it was the coolest thing ever. It was like it was an adult playground, kind of like they served booze and they had pizza.
Alex
and
can
they
look
had
up.
they had a putt golf center in it. You could throw axes. They had like beer pong games. They had ping pong. Like it was like one of those like but it was-
Adults, yeah.
But it was like adult, like we were all in there. We rented the whole place
so
and
far.
got blackout drunk, and most of the crew did whippets and blow, and it was just crazy. I mean, it got
Whippets
really
and
crazy,
Blow,
dude.
dude.
It was,
The album name.
and it was all 75 people from the tour because it was like a 75-person crew. All the drivers came because we parked the
so
day
cool.
before, so the truck drivers and the bus drivers got to get drunk. It was like watching the bus drivers get drunk. Nothing tickled me more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because they live a real kind of like regimented, sober.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the one night where it's like, y'all don't have to drive for 40 hours. Like,
Yeah.
just the buses were already parked at the venue.
Yeah.
The venue been loaded in.
Bus drivers
I
are the
hired
best.
IVs
Yes.
for everybody the next day.
you
So I had
really?
like a 10-person nursing staff backstage.
Oh, amazing.
So when everybody got to the venue, like
Oh, yeah, that's
truck
nice.
drivers are getting IVs. It was the night we gave away the bonuses for the tour. It was
Oh,
like-
what a night, dude.
it was special. No, that
Social
ain't it.
latitude.
I was
No,
like,
no.
that-
This place is way cooler. That
That
place
ain't it.
sucks. When you find this place, dude, you're going to be blown away.
place
That's
sucks.
like a virtual.
Oh,
it's
brother,
like, it's
this
got like a
guy
mini.
stinks.
Yeah, it's like a mini. It's got like mini putt golf. They got axe throwing inside of there.
Oh, they got damn baby
Dude,
burping
it was.
in there. I
It was.
bet.
They had karaoke. We were getting drunk doing karaoke. We all karaoke struggle songs. It was awesome.
Oh, that's
We
so
did-
good.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really cool, man. It was awesome.
What else did we have in the news? What was in the news in there? How did y'all think Morgan was upset about not getting that award? Do you think he cared?
I mean, I don't know.
They didn't even let him go there last year, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know if he was there or not last
I think
year.
he performed. I think I remember
Last
him
year?
performing.
Yeah,
probably
I
so.
think I remember him performing. I think he did You Proof.
Look, well,
but it was really cool.
that boy's pockets are fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
I think he's got some of the best fans.
He's the most. Him getting 11 Billboard Music Awards were deserved. I mean, he's the most.
Because that
He's the
one is
most-
not up to anybody except.
It's isn't that just stats? I think
Listen,
Billboard is stats.
It's just
right?
stats.
Right,
But
so
him,
that's the truth.
It's him, Taylor, and Zach are the juggernauts of streaming. Like, it doesn't even get close. Morgan, Zach, and Luke Combs are the three biggest streamed artists in country music. Zach and Morgan, and Luke to some degree in the world of all artists. But Morgan and Taylor are by far the two juggernauts in
Yeah.
the music. I mean, it don't get no bigger than Morgan Wallen on
No.
Earth. On Earth, like he's bigger
He's
than
like
Bad
Elvis
Bunny.
Presley.
He sold more records than Bad Bunny.
it's crazy.
You know what I mean? It's like all that shit you think was doing great. Morgan just came in and was like, "Hold my beer." So it's like he's so, you know what I mean? He's in such a stratosphere of his own. I tell people, this is the way I tell them. You have Luke, streaming wise, Morgan, Zach, and Luke in that order of the three biggest streamers in country music. And on Spotify alone, the gap between them and the next biggest streamed artist in country music, which would probably be Bailey Kane or maybe me, weirdly enough, the gap between us three and them, and us three and those three, is probably 1 billion streams this year
That's crazy.
on Spotify alone.
It's crazy.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
that's how far.
4,
it's like-
5, and 6
in
are
fact,
a billion lower
yeah,
than 1, 2,
yeah,
and 3.
it's
crazy.
it's crazy.
That's
It's like well, if like imagine if I do end up being the 4th most streamed artist in country music. Somebody said, "How far away from the 3rd were you?" I go 1.3 billion. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
From, like,
Like,
a light
on
year.
Spotify alone, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're never gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? It's
What
like, to some degree, these award shows have to be a little different because there'd be no sense in nobody else showing up.
Good point.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like if we were like really grading it on that, it's like just give them all to fucking
are we
Morgan
doing
and
it for?
Taylor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's actually a
Fucking,
great
you know,
point. You have to make it. Yeah, that's a good point. The show itself has to make things kind of exciting. And there's other award shows. There's like the billboards that it's based on the stats. So there's
Yeah.
no like.
Yeah.
rigmarole. Was there an after party or anything you guys get to go to?
Oh,
He did.
man.
I had bus call. I had to go. But
Yeah.
that boy had an after party.
We partied. Me and Laney had our own party. And
Laney
uh,
Wilson?
Shout out Laney Wilson.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love
Oh,
Laney
shout
Wilson.
out Laney
by the
Wilson,
way.
dude. And I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody's worked harder.
Yeah.
We saw her. I got to take my niece to her first concert, right? And it was Laney. We took her to her and Laney and Hardy in Baton Rouge, and it was cool, man.
Yeah.
You know,
She's great.
and it was just so much fun. She got to meet her, and it was just. But man, you could tell that she was getting burnt out. She'd worked.
No,
hard.
she slept in her bed last year 17 days. 17 days of all of 2022 is how many days she slept in her bed. It's
Wow.
this is what I say. I'm willing to do the stuff nobody else in this town's willing to do as far as like work, like media, go spend 3 weeks in New York or what. Like I go do that. That's just what I do. I'm into it. She's willing to do the stuff I won't do. Like Laney, I've never seen nobody work genuinely harder than her. Her schedule gives me anxiety. You know what I mean? And my schedule would give the average human anxiety. And her schedule gives me anxiety. Like she is utterly fearless. Nope, dude, I think
Everything.
I think she stood on stage 160 something times this year.
Yeah. That's
170 times this year. That's just for as 45 minutes being the smallest set, 90 being the biggest all year. It's insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild, man. Because all the things, radio, all the streaming things.
Oh, the Yellowstone
whatever.
obligation.
She is.
Make a gumbo, babysit your cat.
Yeah.
She'll have everything on her schedule.
Yeah, well, we talked about this the other day. Like, I think she's obviously, and you two are going to be able to say no a lot more than you were able to in the last year or two.
Yeah.
And saying yes is like, you got to for a lot of those things. And obviously, it's like, it's paid off and people are recognizing it, the work.
And I would be remiss not to say that, you know, dude, when I called Laney for Save Me, I said, Laney, I'm going to be honest, man. I've said this 1,000 times, but I'm hitching my trailer to your train here. I've took this song as far as it can go.
Wow.
This song was a double platinum
That's
song.
kind of true
before.
in an interesting way, huh?
Yeah.
Because that song, I'd heard it, I'd listened to it a bunch,
sure.
and it still had its place in my heart in moments where I was by myself and I liked to listen to it.
Yeah.
But it kind of, that was,
You got to hear a different perspective, a different voice, a woman's perspective. I was like, and as hot as she is at country radio, I was like, this is all you. Even when we got to the last chorus, when she did all the ad libs and extra stuff, she's like, you want to come in here and sing back and forth? I was like, not at all. As far as I'm concerned, this is now your song. You know what I'm saying? I was a double platinum record when I gave it to her. I was like, yo, I've done all I can do with this song.
Wow.
But I think this song could still help so many people if you would just be a part of it. And she was like, yeah, I'm totally in. And there's no way that this was a number one in 16 weeks by myself or 20 weeks or whatever it ended up being.
cool.
You know what I mean? So she definitely came in and put her sauce on it.
yeah, she really, I mean, we got to have her come in, and she's from Louisiana. She's from Bastrop, I think. Will you look that up, please, for me?
Sounds right.
Yeah, bumfuck. Yeah, for
Baskerville.
fucking
Yeah.
spit
She's from like
bucket,
Baskin Robbins, Louisiana.
Yeah.
She's from like, she's from Dippin' Dot, Louisiana.
Dippin' Dot,
She's from
Louisiana.
Baskin, sorry.
Baskin.
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah, huh?
Fucking bitch killed her husband.
Still hate that hoe.
Remember when for
we were
no
in
reason,
chokehold by
for
Joe
no
Exotic.
reason, America, somebody wrote online, yeah, Carol Baskin killed her husband, and everybody for 2 years, like, that bitch killed her fucking husband.
Joe Dirt still wants her dead from prison.
And now she's doing
Or not Joe Dirt, Joe Exotic. Same difference, dude. Literally the same guy. Same guy. Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic. That dude's always DMing me all the time, man.
Joe Exotic is in your DM.
Whoever's in
Amazing.
his Instagram account is fucking ridiculous.
I used to know the person that ran it.
Yeah,
Really?
It's fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
went to
There's
high
no
school
way
with him.
he's running it. It's
Was it a
fucking-
male?
It was a female.
It was, okay.
Yes.
I felt this female energy-ish.
Yeah.
but he did too. So I didn't know.
on
Oh,
brand.
yeah. He was he's probably the most gangster gay dude that ever lived, though.
Gangster spelled GAYNGSTER. He's a gangster.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. Oh, dudes would be real scared. If you're scared somebody's gonna shoot you and then make love to you, and you're not into it,
Yeah.
that's gonna really spook you.
It gets interesting out. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What other cool things have you turned down this year besides
Joe
presenting
Exotic.
at the CMAs?
Yeah, and Joe Exotic. Sorry to repeat your joke, man. I just wanted
I
to
repeated it too.
I
had
wanted to make sure it got
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
I don't know. That was probably about maybe one of the neatest things that came along, kind of, where they were like, "Do you want to do this?" But we already had a sold out show, and I just felt bad. Yeah. And I'm glad I did the show. The show was awesome. There were some moments where I felt bad about it. It would have been fun. I know Peyton Manning was there. You guys were there. Yeah. So I had
all your friends. This town loves you, dude.
I still want you to do the Opry, bro. Do it one of the nights I'm doing it. Let's do the Opry together.
Oh, let's all three do the Opry.
Oh, we got all three do the Opry one night. We'll support you.
I'll call Jordan about that right now.
Yeah.
When I leave
well, you know they want you there. You can't make your mind up
maybe if
about
my mom would probably like to go. So maybe if she's gonna be, I would have her maybe come in for that.
We should do like the Grand Ole Opry and do a night of it for real. I'm not. If y'all are cool, I'll call Jordan about it right now.
I could do some clean material over there. You just got to keep it pretty clean.
Yeah,
but I mean,
you just can't cuss. They don't mind if it's risky. They just
it can be risky.
They mind about the cuss words because it's on the radio.
Yeah.
It's still an actual. I finally asked him. I was like, "Yo, what's the real story here about the cussing?" He was like, "It's on the radio."
Yeah.
He's like, "The FCC." He's like, "It's a live radio show still to this day."
So what's the actual deal here?
And I was like, "Well, that's
all those the people that are the Opry fans will love a little risque humor. I mean, dude, think about it. We were talking about.
Oh
this
yeah,
we saw
Grand Ole
Opry has a
back
history of iffy comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Hee Haw, man. Did you know? So I went to see the Arizona Diamondbacks play a game one time, and they had the manager, his dad, La Russa, I think his name is.
No way, Tony La Russa.
No, it's not him.
Okay.
It's a Diamondbacks manager. Torey Lovullo. His father produced Hee Haw.
Really?
This dude comes up to me, goes, "Hey, man." I said, "I live
Is
in
that
Nashville."
the dude that gave you the Diamondback jersey?
Yeah, he gave me a cool one. It says Rat King on the back. But anyway, just kind of an interesting piece that his father, Sam Lovullo, there you go, was a producer for Hee Haw. That was a great show.
They still have the Hee Haw stage there. I was
Jamie Johnson.
I played
took
the
us back
Opry
there.
last night. I did the Opry last night.
Did you?
Yeah. Me, Chris Jansen, Riley Green, and Nelly did for the big Friendsgiving for the Big 98 here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, you work hard, bro.
Yeah,
you do so much stuff, Jelly.
Man, I'm just so blessed to be here though, Theo, man.
I feel you there,
it's
man.
so different when I get to hang out with you and Ernest because y'all were like, remember when it wasn't like this for me, and it's like this is all I wanted it to be though. Mm-hmm. So like now that I'm in it, like I just feel like I don't even want to disrespect God like that kind of. Like I prayed for this for so many years and so many dude. I'm filming a special for a television show, CBS Sunday Mornings, what they call it. It's a big deal. And they took me back to my old jail yesterday.
No.
Oh, wow.
The jail that I found out I had my daughter in, like the jail I was in when she was incarcerated. They took me back to my old cell.
What was that like for
Dude,
you?
one, I walked in there certain I wasn't going to be emotional because I walked in so happy and in such a good mood. And dude, I walked in the unit still happy. We're chatting. I'm telling them stories. We walk upstairs, and as soon as I walked in that cell, I cried like a baby, dude. I mean, like I lost it completely because it was like every memory. I'm getting choked up now. It's like every memory from that jail cell, like every song I wrote. I spent like a year and a half in that cell, dog. Like the hearing I had a daughter, every song I wrote, everything I went through, and you're just sitting there like, man, this is unreal, dude. Thank you, brother.
It's just sad. It makes me sad. I mean, it doesn't make me sad, but it makes me, it's powerful to think of somebody being caged up and then being as free as you are.
No,
now.
it's unreal. And I walk out of there, I'm getting choked up too. And I'm like, I leave there and go back to my old halfway house at the Men of Valor. I go see them boys. And it's like such a like humbling thing for me. And then I go do a show with Nelly and Riley Green, and I'm on fucking the biggest podcast on earth the next day. Like it's you and Rogan, dude. You know it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just like, man, this is just such I'm so like blessed, dog. And that's why I do all the give back stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, how could God bless me so much and me not want to bless somebody? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I know you have a toy drive that's going on right now that people can hit.
Yeah, any Walmart in Middle Tennessee. Okay. They got a box right there that you could just drop off toys at the box. I'm going to put a couple $100,000 up myself. We're going to do over 100,000 toys. It'll be the biggest one in Nashville. I mean, just look who got behind us, dude. It's crazy. The Predators, Coca-Cola, Hasbro, the Nashville Fire Department, Walmart has been a partner in this. I mean,
Man, that's so
My
good.
dream is in the next 5 years for this to be a national thing that I do with Walmart, and we raise millions and millions of toys for underprivileged kids.
Oh, I love
So what's
that.
the deal?
man.
I go in there and buy toys and put them in a box? Is that-
Yeah,
that
yeah,
a
just
bit?
drop them right in the box, man. Yeah,
I'll
just
do
drop them right in the box. And it's cool because it's convenient. We're all in and out of Walmart all season. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like all you got to do is just buy an extra toy. And
Dude, going to Walmart, that used to be fun, dude.
I'll tell you a story if
still
you don't
is.
mind me getting
Yeah, you're right, huh?
Sometimes there's nothing else to do on the road but go to Walmart.
My daughter wanted to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And she started this 5-6 years ago at a local bar in White House, Tennessee with her aunt, where they would just pick them up from the bar staff and people, and she'd go give away 20, 30 toys. She was doing this at 9 years old. This was her thought. And I looked back at it, and when I got out of jail, give me a second. I came home like December of 2009. I didn't have any money for toys, you know. And the halfway house, the Men of Valor, did a toy drive for the guys that just came home. And I remember dropping off a truck of toys I couldn't afford for her Christmas. And I didn't even get to meet her at that time. I wasn't by court. I wasn't even allowed to see her. Wow. I just got home.
Wow.
So her heart to want to do this toy drive and then me to be able to be in a situation to amplify it is like, it's really cool.
That is amazing.
Fuck, I said I wasn't going to cry today. I was like, I'm not going to be fucking emotional today. I've had
It's
an
that time
emotional
of
week.
year,
Dude. I
man.
got
It's
nominated
okay.
for a Grammy.
I
It's having
know.
a fucking weird couple weeks.
Damn, dude. You the only dude I know who's been nominated for a Gram and a Grammy. To be honest.
I love you, Theo.
And they split one of them with.
Yeah, they split one of them in me. Yeah, that's incredible, bro.
But it's crazy. So it's like to see this thing come to life is like, I think that's why I'm so passionate about giving back to juvenile. And I'm so passionate about going to jails and rehabs and singing for people and investing in rehab facilities and like I'm meeting with our mayor and our governor about the fentanyl epidemic and a plan. And you know what I mean? It's like, because these are the things that affected my life. You know what I mean? Like the shit that touches you the closest to home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
we want to
fucking-
build a center. That's one of our goals next year is to try to find some land to build like a halfway house. Like I don't know if it'd be a halfway house or a detox. Yeah. Probably a place where you could also have meetings at, you know?
Where would you do it at?
I don't know. Somewhere close enough, like somewhere here.
Let me tell you this, and I'll say this on your show publicly. Whatever I can do, like whatever you want to do, like I don't care if maybe we do like a string of fucking shows or something that I'll put together and just donate the money or what. Like I'm into that in a way you'll never understand.
Thanks,
Like
man.
if nobody else like, and this is what I say and off camera too, I'll say it to you, but like not even just on some like raise money shit. Like I'll cut a fucking check.
Yeah, same.
Like I hate people that go just raise money. You know what I mean? Like if you're not, that's why I tell everybody, don't worry, I'm putting money into this toy drive. Like I'm gonna write a big check because I'm not just gonna be a face of one.
Yeah.
My face can help bring more attention to it. That's the only reason I even talk about this stuff. We did philanthropy for years. I never spoke about it. Yeah. But I realized that our platform's so big that we can help bring attention and money to the cause. But it's still important to me. My daddy raised me, man, shut the fuck up and cut a check. You know what I mean? That's just something I learned from a kid, you know?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. And we're going to do the same thing. We want to we just want to do something, a place I can go to meetings, you know, where other guys can go. That'd be neat where people, maybe we could do a songwriter night where songwriters come by and, play some songs with the guys or we'll do something.
down
But
for
yeah,
that.
it's a big goal of mine, man. It's just so important. I have just so many friends of mine and myself, so many people in my own family, just so many people struggling. That's why I think I can feel when you talk about that kind of stuff, you know. I know what it's like to not be caged up like by walls, but to be caged up by even just their own life, caged up by their own feelings, you know. Man, when you're just locked inside of yourself, you know.
Can't get outside of your own head.
It's
That's the
fucking-
worst prison. I've been to a lot of jails, and the worst one on earth is between the ears, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's check a news thing or two, and then we'll get you guys out of here. That's the funny thing about podcasts. You just never know where it's going to get. You don't really know what's going to happen. You know,
That's why I love them.
Yeah.
Because it is just like, yeah, we have microphones on, but this is just conversation we'd be having at coffee. We might not even get this deep over coffee.
That's what I like about it. We wouldn't have enough time. We'd be rushing to our next thing.
Right.
That's what I think's the beauty of being friends now with homies, like having homies like Theo and you, that like we have crazy years where Theo's rocketed into arenas. I did my first arena tour. You came off a stadium tour into your first big theater tour, 2 nights at the Ryman. You know what I mean? Like all these things, you're still writing. It's like we don't get to talk the way we want to. So we get to sit down for homies for 2 hours with a microphone in front of us, and it's almost like catching up.
Yeah, truly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really
you know,
is.
it's
It's
like
interesting.
it's really
Yeah.
cool. It's like it's deeper than just like what's going on in your life. It's like the shit we do on the phone if we had time to.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I realized that one time I left out of Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's so big. He's a super busy guy, you know, and he just is. It's just his life. He's built a busy life, and he has a busy life. He's not too busy for you. He just has a busy life, and he has a lot of friends. And I was like, man, I wish I'd have spent more of that time when I was talking with him. Like, because sometimes you think, oh, I'm on a podcast, but then sometimes you're just like catching up with a buddy, you know?
Right.
I was like, I need to make sure that I spend that time like catching up with a buddy, because sometimes your life is busy and that's all the time you get, especially as you also get older. You have, both of you guys have children. It's like,
Yeah.
there's shit going on,
Yeah.
you know? It's like, so yeah, the time you get with people just is important, you know? And even though it is on a podcast, it's like, it's still, that's the time.
Oh, for sure.
That you have.
I had Cam Haynes flew down here to the show last night.
Oh,
by
did
the
he
way.
really?
Yeah, Cam Haynes. We were talking about you last night. He's
Cam Haynes, not the
Cameron Haynes.
Underwear
Keep
guy?
hammering. Keep hammering.
Oh, Cameron Haynes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant damn
I love that he was like the underwear guy.
fucking Rob. You meant, yeah. that was
No, Cameron
retarded.
Haynes, keep hammering.
Yeah, keep hammering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He said you guys were going to see each other.
Yeah, for sure. He came out here and we spent all night together last night. Man.
At least I'm not surprised when I'm an idiot anymore.
He's like the underwear guy.
I used to feel bad when I was a kid.
And I
was
got
like,
confused because I was like, maybe Cam has an underwear deal I didn't know about. He's on
still
fire.
like-
He wrote a book. I was like, fuck, maybe he did do an underwear deal. You know what I'm
if he could write a book, he
I
could make
guess I
some
reckon he
fucking,
got a goddamn pair of
he
underwear.
could make some drawers.
Listen, I don't think there's anything on earth Cam Haynes can't do.
Here's a guy that'll be working on one of your, this could be working at one of your deals. Tennessee man arrested for DUI meth while driving a lawnmower Santa's train full of kids. Whoa.
So was the DUI for meth, or
looks
did
like
he
it.
get caught with meth and a DUI?
I mean, see, this is what's wrong with
because
the U.S.
listen, if he was drunk and had meth on him, I kind of understand.
Yeah, that's fair.
a balance
But if
of
he
an
was
equation.
just on meth, I feel like he'd been
just
pretty
on
dialed at driving, dude. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. It's like I
definitely not falling asleep behind the wheel.
We've done 2 different kind of meths. That's for sure.
Yeah, dude. I think first of all, this is what's wrong with the U.S. postal system. I want to say that.
This
Yeah.
is it.
That this is how they're
He
delivering
was
mail now.
acting erratically.
What did it say? Henry Mead was driving Santa's train, a motorized lawnmower pulling carts of children. Which, first of all, seems like a bad idea.
Oh, they found meth,
First of all,
narcotics,
seems
and a
like a bad
syringe.
idea.
Yeah.
I
they
wonder
found a
what the
syringe.
narcotics are.
I hope they took
pills.
Probably pills. They took him in the cassette.
Hope they took the blade off that thing. That's all I'm hoping. Officials noted that Mead was not a town employee. That's what the,
Okay, yeah, I can
the
guarantee
mayor
it.
wanted to make that definitely clear.
The Tazewell Police Department responded swiftly to the incident, ensuring the safety of the attendees. In the event, 14 police officers on patrol. Jesus.
It was a parade.
So it was
I
a
guess.
parade.
He went to a parade,
to a parade.
with a bunch of
He was
kids
driving
and
the
meth
kids.
and pills and
Yeeted out on
syringes
crystal.
in his pocket.
Hey, that's one way to do it, dude.
Oh my goodness.
What else we got? Anything else popping?
That's so Tennessee.
Florida couple charged with felony after public sex. It was always a dream of mine. That shouldn't be a crime.
Look, why does she look so sad if you just fulfilled a dream? I'm
know, huh?
confused. Me and Bunny would look the polar opposite right now. We'd be on that motherfucker cheesing. Me and Bunny would be.
You guys do seem like a public sex type of group.
It's
I will
giving
say that.
public sex.
Listen, Bunny is a wild woman, y'all.
Man. What are you getting money for Christmas? Do you know, Jelly?
Huh?
You know what you'll get her for Christmas, you think?
I got something cooking for her, man. So we quit doing the gifts
Okay.
a couple years ago because we realized that it was just getting stupid. Like as far as like, you know.
Yeah, what are you
Like,
get-
yeah,
what
what
do
are we gonna do? You know, like whatever. So like now we do trips. Like we'll like put our money together and be like, all right, this is what we would have bought
that's
each other.
fire.
Let's go to, so we're gonna go somewhere and just spend some time together, man. Like she is still my favorite human to be around. Like we've been married almost 8 years. I'm sure you feel like that about Delaney, but
Yeah.
it's like when I have a free moment to hang out with somebody,
Yeah.
that's the first person I think of. I'm like, I wonder what my wife's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, there's nobody in life I want to be alone with more
The homie.
than the homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to spend like every minute I can. Like she's like my favorite hang. She's funny.
Yeah.
She's goofy. She's a fucking wild bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's fucking wild. She's like she's the perfect woman, man. She's like for me. So for like short, we'll probably take a trip somewhere. I am gonna get her a little something just because it's like a real personal thing. But she's we're gonna probably just go out and do something like just me and her.
What about you and Delaney, brother?
We're going to Mexico.
Whoa, damn,
Yeah, we're
brother.
going to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico other than off the FGL cruise. Delaney, yeah, as far as gifts go, it's like she wants, I think, new forks and knives and like a dope espresso machine.
Yeah.
But
That's what we call that the house gift because
Yeah,
we'll do
yeah,
that too. We'll be like, all right, what do we need? You know, like we bought a fridge last year. You know,
Yeah.
that's how old and married we are. You know, it's like we need a new fridge.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
appliances. I'm getting her countertops and like I think we're getting 20, 15-foot tall trees in the backyard. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
That there, Merry
Exactly.
Christmas.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a
Yeah, here's
Christmas trees.
Yeah, Buddy doesn't want roses. She wants a rose bush.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different, you know?
Yeah.
What are
But-
you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna go. What am I doing? I'm going down to see. Dustin Poirier does a fundraiser thing every year. They hand out hams
On Thanksgiving?
down there in Louisiana called the Good Fight Foundation.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go down there and do that, and then we got a show
Awesome.
the day after Thanksgiving at the Lake UNO, where I saw my first concert at UNO Lakefront.
Really?
Arena.
God, that's all. Ooh, are you excited about that one?
Yeah, I am excited. I know that I know that a lot of my friends are excited. So I think I'm almost more excited for them, I think, in a weird way. Like, just because I know they're excited.
Is it nerve-wracking having a bunch of people you know in the audience?
I think my fear is that they're gonna like yell out and stuff the whole time, which for music is fine, but like with comedy, you want you want people kind of just being more silent and stuff.
You think they just aren't going to know how to act? Is that kind of where you're at?
Well, we had a show. I shot my first I shot a comedy special in Louisiana one time, and people had never been to a comedy show before. They don't even have a comedy club like in New Orleans, so people didn't know what to do. People were like, there were people in the crowd. I remember this one lady just yelling defense the whole time, like. Yeah,
Like
it was
she
a bunch
was at a football
Yeah,
game?
like a bunch of LSU
Defense.
fans. Yeah, like people had.
It's like one of those chants.
That's the most rattling. That's got to be. How do you crowd work with that?
Unreal. And I think she even had one of those fence cutouts. I was like, yeah.
Do you know where you are right now?
I thought my career was over after
That
I
is
shot
so
that. I was like, this is. They had one of the dudes with that helmet with like the 2 beer cans. And like covered it. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Fuck the
dude?
Packers. What?
So that was kind of wild. What about thankful, man? What are some things maybe you guys are thankful for? And you know, sometimes I make gratitude lists like in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of something that I'm thankful for. You know, I'm thankful that I don't give up on myself. You know, I think if that's something that I had to be thankful for, you know, I'm thankful that I don't give up on myself when or I give up on myself less than I used to.
Right.
Yep.
You know?
That's a good one. I each day I'm more thankful for my son Ryman and Delaney being the badass she is. Like, as much as I'm gone and not able to be there, I'm thankful that I have a peace of mind knowing that everything's good and Ryman is getting the most love and attention, and I get home and he's growing and like acquiring such a cool little sense of humor and personality, and it's like I owe that to Delaney because she's in there making sure that every little want and need is taken care of, and she's on her hands and knees playing trains with him and stuff and paying all kinds of attention to him. So I'm thankful for that.
Amen. And trains are damn dangerous.
Yeah.
That Amtrak is always.
Train track, yeah.
Well, shit, I
yeah.
mean, boy, who
I'm out
drives
playing
a little
chicken
toy
with the
train,
train,
too?
and he's playing train with mama.
And a guy just got arrested for driving a kid's train smoking meth.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than when we got a train work. Shit.
I was wondering why he didn't call me back yesterday, too. His phone died.
I'm thankful for my relationship with God and my higher power. It's really anchored me this year to be present. Because like having such a successful year, it's really like I've never been more present in where I am. You know what I mean? Like
Wow.
even in this conversation, like I'm more relaxed and laid back now and just more like just being more present. Like I thought I lost my phone yesterday, and I realized I think I lose my phone every day now because I'll just set it down, and wherever I'm at in that moment is just where I am. And then I'll go look for the phone at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's kind of where I've been at in my life, and I'm just really thankful for that. And I'm thankful for my family, my wife, of course, my children, but I'm thankful for my presence because, like, I've been present around them, but not present.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I
I've
want to
been
get
guilty
to that
of
point, bro. I'm so bad about being present.
I know.
Yeah.
I live in the future and in the past in my head so much, and Delaney is so good about being in the present. It's like I notice how bad I am at it when I'm with somebody that's so good at it.
That's why I thank my higher power. That's why I thank God, because like I truly like that's my anchor. That's my meditation. It's like my prayer and my ability to just be like, today I'm just gonna I just want to be wherever I'm at today. I just want to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's all that really matters is like right then. And I'm just thankful that I haven't achieved it completely yet, but I'm getting fucking so close and it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's a really cool feeling.
How do you keep that going? How do you kind of nurture that relationship with God kind of for you?
Just more praying and just more trying to clear my mind, just more meditation and grounding myself. Like
When you pray, kind of what's it like? Like what do you?
Well, you know, I pray an old traditional Southern Baptist prayer. It's just my praying ways. Of course, you know, I'll always say the Serenity Prayer every day just because that's like just so anchoring too. But, you know, I'm an old school guy. It's just like, God, I just want to thank you. And I just want to ask you for the ability to just care and love. And I just want to I want you to help me be conscious today of the way I am in this room. You know what I mean? And I want to be prepared. And I want to be man, I heard the coolest thing the other day, Theo, that said, if we think our purpose in life is to be happy, how much more narcissistic can we be? Our purpose in life is to be useful. And so now it's just more like, man, I'm a tool, dude.
Yeah, make
like,
me of service.
You know what I mean? Like, what can I be a man? You know where I'm getting this from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll talk. But it's like, how can I be of service? Like, what can I do to actually be useful to somebody today? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and in every little scenario, like, can I do something cool here? Can I like that? I believe firmly that spirit, the day of the CMAs, not to get weird and hokey.
No.
But I walked out of my front yard in my boxers and a t-shirt, no shoes, no socks, boxers now. Neighbors driving by waving, and I put my bare feet in my front yard grass. And I just looked up at that sun and I just said a little prayer and I just thought like, you know what, God? I won being here. Like, I don't care if I win an award. Just like help me to open the show. Let me do it right. Let it be a moment. You know what I mean? Just like, and let me enjoy tonight. Like regardless. Man, I set my phone down at the house. When I walked out, I didn't have my phone with me. I didn't check my phone until the next night. You know what I mean? Like, I was present in every situation. And because of that, I think when I got on that stage and seen 58, 57, something inside of me was like, you thank God, you thank your wife, you thank your label, and you say something that fucking matters, is what was going through my mind. You know what I mean? Because that was that presence of like, I was just so grounded in the present of that moment. I knew in that moment I wanted to thank Parker McCullum. I knew I wanted to tell Zach Bryan I thought he was the GOAT. And I knew I wanted to tell my wife I loved her. And I knew that I wanted to say something that would at least make a motherfucker go, man, he blessed me with that. You know what I mean? And I didn't think it would do what it did.
Bro, I was up out of my seat. I saw a silhouette of me just like, as you elevated, I was like, fuck yeah, Jelly, fuck yeah. I had tears in my eyes, bro. I mean, the faces on the audience all around me, some were like, oh my God. Yeah. Some were in tears. I was literally, you would have thought Derrick Henry just took off for a 98-yard touchdown run. I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
And you were a vessel. That's you know, being a tour, whatever, being a vessel. Like, I think when you are that present and that in tune.
Nobody's more of a vessel than you, Jelly. You know?
Truly.
I think you really do. I think you inspire so many of us, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's just, you just have a gift. So I don't even know if it's a gift, but it's like, it's not a gift that you have, but it's a gift that you are.
Right.
You know,
you are.
You feel like a
Theo.
gift, I think, to so many people, you know, and
you know what I love about you? The same dude that could say something that eloquently just thought Cameron Haynes was the underwear guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes Theo Theo. You know?
well, we're retarded, man.
A little bit.
You know, and
I got a little bit of it.
Hey, look, bro,
We all got a little bit of it. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for both of y'all. Thank you for letting
Thanks,
me
man.
come on this with you guys. I'm
Yeah, no,
thankful
I'm
to know
glad.
both of y'all. Been great getting to know you over the last
You
couple
too,
of
man.
years,
Thanks
dude.
for always being somebody that can make me laugh, dude. And Jelly,
You call me too. You check in on me every now and then.
Well, you know
It's
why?
always
Because you
great.
make me laugh. I was like, fuck, I don't feel good. I need to call somebody to make me laugh.
That's awesome.
You were so damn good at it. I hadn't had a
Good.
choice.
Perfect. Yeah,
That was
don't
the truth.
stop.
I was
That's
like, you
awesome.
did not. You were so good at it. I didn't have a choice, but like, God
Have
damn.
I let you down?
No, you haven't.
okay.
I don't know, once or twice.
Once or twice.
And
Okay.
thankful for your art, Theo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
outside of our friendship, like I'm thankful for your art, dude. Like I watch the pod, like I'm a fan, like I have been. That's what drew me to you. Is be one thing I've learned in life is never be too cool to be a fan. You know what I mean? Like never be too cool to be a fan. And it's like I'm a fan. Like I can tell you, like as a brother, like I think you're fucking brilliant. And my cousins, Addison Prope, all the my Prope family side, they love you. They were
Oh,
like
amen.
The girl and her
bro.
daughter. I saw them at breakfast yesterday.
Yeah, you did just see them the other
I
day.
see
at
them
breakfast. They told me, like,
yesterday
yo,
at
I just
breakfast.
seen Ernest and Ryman and Delaney
At breakfast.
I was
yeah.
like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, they told me they loved you. And I was like, I'm gonna see Ernest tomorrow. I was like, that's what he said. I was like, yeah. And they were like, we can't believe you're going with Theo. And like, my wife, I mean, we all just find a lot of you bring a lot of smiles to people, man. And it's like, man, in a world where smiles are so rare, where there's no compassion in America right now, there's no middle ground. Nobody finds any common. There's so much tension in so many ways.
Yeah.
You have found a unique way to constantly break that and make people smile and feel really good. And man, you are a gift, brother. And you need to know that too. If you ain't heard it recently, I'm sure you hear it every day, but I want you to hear it from me, brother. You're special, man.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes I have a tough time feeling proud of myself,
Yeah.
And that's okay. Some of that's okay because you don't want your ego to get crazy, But sometimes I do have a tough time feeling proud of myself. But
Well, we're proud for you.
Thank you.
For what it's worth. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Anyone you lack in it, we're proud for you.
Amen.
We were like hype.
Thanks.
I got to
bro.
get you and the wife together. It's like a must.
Yeah, I know.
Whether
I've
you
been
go
thinking about
do
the
hers
people
or
are always
she does
asking me
yours.
if Money's going to come on or if I'm going to go on Bunnies. People ask me a lot.
Yeah.
So
Y'all would,
we'll make it happen this year.
Yeah, she had a clip go viral. And the meme was the female Theo Von because she said, it was so funny. She said that's garbage. She said, you know what that is? French for trash. And it was like such a Theo
Garbage.
thing,
It's very-
And it was like, but yeah, y'all would. It would be cool. I got to get y'all together. I'd love for y'all to do the pods together. But
Yeah, I
worst
think it
case,
would be
just for y'all
fun.
to meet. Yeah, it'd be
I think it
great.
would be fun, man. We'll have to do. I'll make sure that I do it with her in the new year.
Yeah.
That we'll
yeah,
do
she'd
one.
love
we'll-
it. Y'all will be a lot of fun.
And yeah, I think, even us just sharing about some of our thoughts and stuff about each other, I think it's just like, and how music is changing. I think it's like, there is some evolution in the way that men communicate and feel and like, and need to be supportive of each other. I think, I don't know why we're in that space as a society where it's like, I don't know if it's like that we used to be all like around the fire in the woods and we were like right there for each other and like in tribes and small
Right.
groups.
Yeah.
And then now there's an element sometimes that's missing, and so, yeah, man, today was awesome, man, just to be able to sit and kind of, share and reflect on the year and say something nice about each other. It's important because people need to hear that stuff, because sometimes there's something wrong with us that we can't say it to ourselves.
Right.
It just won't. The cyst of the cul-de-sac is fucking broken or something.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So, congratulations, man, on great years, dude, and just on creating cool stuff.
Thank
and
to everybody, man.
yeah,
To
praise
all of
God,
us.
man.
Big ups.
Merry Christmas, dude.
Merry
and,
Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. Y'all get y'all's levels tested, huh?
Yeah.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone.